Hello, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Sword World special on Expanse Enduring, Heartbroken. Session 3, Branches and Butterflies, begins in the midst of the action. I spare you the trip through the expanse, the swirling nebulae, and the stars. Instead, we begin in the midst of battle. For at the end of our last session, our heroes traveling up the mountainside known as King's Rise on their way to the source of the Heart of Altander, the dried fountain. They were seeking Skymere, but they found a group of Knights of the Burnished Rose. This is the order of royal knights that served the royal family of Altander. Now, to your knowledge, gone deserter, plying their trade as bandits and ne'er-do-wells, believing in the fall of the kingdom. However, in their midst, the woman appointed Knight Commander, apparently, of the Burnished Rose, a kobold wielding a massive sword who clearly takes her job very seriously and seems to be being perhaps misled or deceived by the knights around her, or the former knights around her. And we're going to begin with an initiative roll. Do you think on these YouTube intros we should introduce everybody individually? I figure if they're in episode 3, they probably know who we are already.
Probably. Hi, YouTube.
Hi, hello.
Hi, YouTube.
Howdy.
We could also, we could get a blurb to paste into the description for that, too.
That's true. We're learning.
Yeah. We're doing it as we go. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's initiative.
My
Nice.
initiative always so garbage.
Okay, so
Because
we're looking
you
at
roll great
11, we're looking at a
everywhere
12 over there, but since there is a boss in this encounter, I'm going to roll. And I'm going to pull up a sheet for this roll. Just a moment, please.
Of course.
I have a little bit of paperwork to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got rocking a +6 over here. All right, the enemy team is looking at a 11, which means since Ginkgo rolled a 12, the players get to go first.
Let's go.
Yay! Thank you, Gingo.
So we begin with combat prep, just in case you have anything you want to do before the combat, though.
I deploy my geograph.
Your staff begins to float, gleams with light.
I think I'm good. I don't think there's any prep stuff I can do.
Okay, then in that case,
Can I cast targeting on myself, please?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, can
That's
do that.
a combat prep thing, right?
I thought it was per attack.
Is it per attack?
I could be wrong.
1 sec, sorry.
I believe you. We're incidentally, YouTube, we're learning
Yes.
Sword World as we play. We're a group that has played other TTRPG systems. This one's still a little new, so sometimes there's going to be a couple hiccups, and
Sorry.
we'll fix it in post.
I
I don't-
misspoke. Can I cast targeting sight?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah. I got +1 accuracy. There we go.
Yeah, because targeting I thought was just the feat that lets you fire.
Yeah, targeting's a passive.
That's the thing that
Screamish.
lets me actually use
Yeah.
my gun, right?
Yes.
I believe.
So,
yeah.
as the players get to go first, you get to position yourselves and decide where you want to be on the bar.
If we're still in prep, Ginkgo will assume their alternate form. Their skin turns a pale blue and their horns get a little bit bigger.
Ooh.
I think
where I
I'm
want to
good
be,
where
to
I
be
am.
honest. Hang on.
Oh.
No.
I think I'm good where I am.
Oh, can I use my combat prep to pick up the shield that I had dropped to try and get them to not fight me, or am I going
I think
shieldless?
so, yeah.
Okay,
I think at this
wonderful.
point, yeah.
just scrambling to pick it up, like, shit!
Oh,
We're still doing this.
they're fighting. Okay, hang on.
Oh god, oh jeez.
Also, do we get a monster knowledge check?
Yeah, you can get a monster knowledge check.
I had Sage. That's what this is
That's
for.
right.
I can also do a monster knowledge check. So
Yeah, everybody gets to roll it, I believe, but if you don't have Sage or
Sage,
I
Rider, or
think I
Dark Hunter?
Sage,
Yeah.
Demon, Dark Hunter, or Rider.
14. Ooh. Okay, yeah. So,
Or Tactician, sorry.
you identify most of these people are humanoid. There's humans, dwarves, beings without any significant magical weaknesses owing to soul scars or things like that. However, among their midst is, in fact, a kobold. And there is a kobold. Sorry, just one sec. Pulling
That's
up
okay.
my sheet. I'm trying to get all my notes straight here.
Here, in the meantime, let me show everyone the kobold.
Yeah.
Kobold.
Big shouts to Prin for the lovely art.
Oh, she's so cute.
There she is. A kobold has a weakness to magic damage, and you are able to exploit this. You've rolled well enough.
I transmit that information to everybody as I'm picking up my shield.
As you call out that kobolds are weak to magic damage, you watch her eyes go wide and then a scowl appear on her face.
Oh, no.
I wink at her with my one uncovered eye.
She
So-
can't tell
so
if
you
you're
blink.
blinking or winking.
Glade has run into this problem enough times where she did that to people and they were all like, are you blinking? And so she knows that she has to like lean in and put her whole face into it. So she does her best.
That's hysterical. You guys get to go first. What are you gonna do?
Well,
They are arming up. She is preparing to issue orders to the knights. Oh, and I should clarify. The apparently sinister Sir Germain is this figure here, the two knives.
Whoa.
That's the one who's been whispering in her ear. When you presented your papers, after watching her slay or rout the goblin army back up into the mountains, as you presented your papers of passage from the Lord Chamberlain, from Chamberlain Kefri, she looked at them and her tail wagged and she looked excited. And then Germain, this man next to her, whispered something to her and her ears flattened and she called you deceivers.
understood. I don't have any buffs or anything to do, so I don't necessarily need to go first here. But what I am gonna do is I sure am gonna throw a knife at that specific guy.
All right.
And so I reach into one of the many different spots on my dress that contain knives, and I throw one of them at this. What did you call him?
Germain.
Germain, and it is a 7, so I don't hit.
Yeah. The dagger whips over his head and he realizes very quickly that you are deadlier than he anticipated.
I look a little irritated, but otherwise, that's my turn.
Upon seeing an attack come for one of her knights, the kobold woman snarls, and she raises her blade to the heavens and says, "For the honor of the burnished rose, forward!" But they are slower than you.
Okay, I guess I'll go. So, Ariani will begin as she, I guess combat prep was probably spent mounting the horse, if that's
If
okay.
you weren't on it, then I'll say that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Hands on beneath you.
Yeah. So Ariani kind of, she sort of whips her spear to the side as she once again begins to recite Historic Battles of Ennam, Volume 3. The Battle of Grim Pass. And she starts going off again. And following that, she starts to explain it, and then she, part of it continues as she starts to say, mounted on horseback, they began the charge through the valley, and she kind of backs off a little bit, and then she sort of like, so normally she's holding like her spear with one hand and then the reins of the horse in the other. She actually like pulls her spear into her side to take the reins in both hands as Hyenthon kind of like clearly braces and then charges forward in like with like a significant amount of power and bulk behind it. And she is going to activate the ability Trample, and she is going to trample through, as I have a movement speed of 30, I can run through everyone. And trample.
Oh my goodness.
The mount runs in a straight line through the battlefield and attacks all targets along its path. This is considered a melee attack with range area, the mount's movement. For each target, select a section for a melee attack and perform an accuracy check and determine damage determination for each one separately. So I get to attack everyone with my horse.
So I have a question about a feat interaction here.
Yes.
Oh no, never mind. There is a feat that may matter with this, but I do not have it. Sorry, I apologize.
That's
Please
okay.
continue. So
Yeah.
you're attacking the line. We'll say it's the bottom row,
Yeah.
since we're using the line combat.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't get to attack, but my horse gets to do attacking against everyone. Which I will do. So, well, not everyone, the bottom row of everyone. So,
Yeah, no, it specifies you can charge through even if they have the block feat. Incredible.
yeah, it's like this is a very hard thing to stop.
Yeah, no joke.
It's pretty cool. So let's do some attacks. So there's one. So we do these left to right. So this is against the axe guy.
Right. That is going to be a miss.
Okay. The guy behind.
That's a hit. That's a big old hit.
Okay. So that will be 7 damage.
Alrighty. Hyanthon tramples through.
And then co-old lady.
She gets to roll an evasion.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just make sure I've got her numbers right here.
Got her number.
She dives to the side, her cloak billowing.
Mm-hmm.
She does not get hit.
One for the guy at the back.
Not going to be a hit on that one.
Okay. That's my turn then, pretty much. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot to say, but the thing I did at the start was supposed to be the Flowing Fortunes, which is +1 evasion to it'll be Ginga Blade. Sorry, I explained it and didn't actually say what I was doing.
Are you at 18 meters, or did you ride further back?
I guess no,
It's a question of whether you're starting a skirmish here or not.
Yeah, I'll start a skirmish with these guys, because they're,
Okay.
They seem to be guys that want to be at the back, so I'm going to be annoying to them.
Okay, no, very annoying, very good.
All right, and that's my go.
Ariane charges through the line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just Ginga and Glade here. The rest of you still get to go.
Ginga will draw their sword, and again, placing a hand at the hilt and running it up the blade, casting Enchant Weapon so it glows blue and does some extra damage.
Nice.
But that is my turn.
Okay. You can still take a limited move if you want, even if you cast a spell, so you could move up 1 notch if you cared to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shot at this archer.
All right. Yeah, you've got the range, right? You're using your bow?
Yeah. My gun is 50.
Oh, your gun,
according
okay.
According to that, he's 30 away.
Yeah, you're
According to the
fine.
ruler, anyway, assuming it's accurate.
Good measure. You level up your gun staff. With a crack of light, a projectile goes sailing. 11 is going to be a hit.
Yay, good. I was gonna say, does it go sailing towards him? Oh my god!
Cool.
That's
Ooh,
you know,
low.
7's still not terrible. You
Rena's
strike
really
a winging
tired from
blow.
being half dead.
It goes like high over his shoulder and kind of cuts a hole in his shirt, and you see some blood come out. He winces in pain, but does not go down.
Is it just me?
Mhm.
Okay. Gregorio is going to see all this unfolding and kind of reach into his pockets to go, muttering to himself, magic, 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 and pulls out like a small cylinder. It kind of looks like a shotgun cartridge. He's going to plug it into the top of his arm, and the lights that were glowing, like pulsing on his arm, start to throb and pulse more rapidly. He's going to take aim at the dwarf and fire an element bullet. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, 13's totally a hit.
Hell yeah. That's power 20. Boop. Yep.
These guys. Got 'em. All my notes are up. Oh, no, what?
What? Okay.
Gregorio.
We have good luck today.
We need to talk, and we need to stop this.
Oh, hang on. That was on the power table and not the attack. You know where?
Oh, that's
you
not
know
a power
how
20 roll then, yeah.
No, yeah, I've just realized I've done it wrong. I need to use it
Oh,
on
no,
the.
it is a power 20 roll, but you do have additional damage on there as well.
All right.
So I'll add 6 damage to that.
Okay. Ignore that. Ignore that extra roll then.
Yeah.
I clicked the power table and not the attack that I
Right, yeah, so it didn't add your
thing.
additional damage from things like your
Yeah,
stats.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so Gregorio, your arm transfigures, the Magitech kind of clink, 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 and reassembles itself into that gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you level it out. You launch a projectile. It's trailed by a beam of scintillating light. It lances through the battlefield, illuminating everything, kind of passing between Glade and Ginga, and then punching into this dwarf's leg. He sort of staggers a little bit, but he stands strong. He is steadfast and stalwart. He's got a big old hammer in both hands, and he does not look like he's ready to go down that easily.
Okay. That's me.
Okay. Glade, did you take your turn? I apologize.
Yeah, I missed.
Okay. Then we're going to move on to their turn. And we'll begin with our kobold friend.
Oh boy.
She raises a hand in the air, a gauntleted fist. Clank, she slams it shut with a fist and says, "Burnished Rose, take thy arms. Pattern 3. And she takes herself very seriously, but you get a little bit of an eye roll from the other knights. However, they do raise their guard a little bit more. You watch as she takes a tactician action and raises the defense of her allies. And she is going to move to the front lines. Ginga, this kobold rushes through, trailing her sword behind her, and she flips it up and says, "Raise thy steel, interloper!" And she's going to bring her blade down at you.
Go for it.
She's two-handing this thing. 13. I'm going to need an evasion roll from you, please.
Huh.
She missed. Damn. Let's use a cool feat that she has called Repeated Strike. Need another evasion from you, please.
21.
God, your evasion is so good.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
so high.
Ridiculous.
It's so high. It's not fair. My
Look,
kobold's
back-
supposed to be really cool.
They're like backflipping out of the way. This is great.
So
They, like,
she
backflip
slams her
onto the
blade
sword.
down at you, and you cross swords with her, and you can see this intensity and fire in her. And now you know kobolds, like you got your monster knowledge roll, like they're the weakest of the weak, the lowest rank of the Eye of Despair agents. Like as far as monsters go, they don't get any lower than this. But this one is wielding comparatively a very large sword, wearing very heavy armor, and does not look like she wants to be limited by the reputation of her monstrous species. All right, one sec here. Okay, next up we have a couple of knights on the front line. Ginga, I'm gonna need 2 evasion rolls from you from these Knights of the Rose. All right, 15, 16, easy dodge. Next up, Sir Germain, the knight wielding the 2 knives, is going to crouch down low and flash forward suddenly, almost becoming a blur, as he skips through the party's line as well and comes up behind Glade. Glade, I'm going to need an evasion roll from you, please.
Good. And I do have +1 to this because of the tactician.
That's true.
So a 9. That's probably not.
9 is not going to be enough. So we're going to go ahead and do some damage here. And this is a power strike. It looks like Sir Germain here is going to be attempting to end this fight as quickly as possible. So he's throwing himself caution to the wind, making himself vulnerable in order to do some additional damage to you. Glade, I'm gonna need you to take me 19 points of damage, please.
Reduced by my defense down
Yes.
to that's by 6. So 13 points of damage. This rends Glade apart. Well reducing her below half health as she gasps, but doesn't seem as perturbed as she should be, given the growing stains on her dress.
He looks up at you, fire in his eyes. Says, "Feeling any regrets serving the old blood?"
That's all Glade says.
All right, cool. Backline, Ariani, you have gotten up close and personal with the caster line. So we're gonna go ahead and... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. Grab this one, grab this one. I'm gonna need an evasion roll from you as the archer attempts to take a shot at you, point blank.
Can do. Okay. That's a 13.
Okay, and then I'm gonna need a willpower roll from you to resist the spell. As the mage takes his wand and cracks the tip a little bit, adjusting the crystal, and you watch as this sort of gleams with this greenish light.
15.
And he slashes down. You're gonna take half from this,
Mm-hmm.
as a massive pain of green energy sort of flashes through you suddenly. Let me grab a roll here. And it's gonna be +6. And you're gonna take half of this. And no crit value. Oh, there's a crit 10, excuse me. You're gonna take 12 reduced to 6 damage. Magic damage from this, so it's gonna bypass your defense.
Cool. So 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the knight's turn. So the kobold commander has strode to the front, attempting to rally her troops. The troops are kind of doing their own thing, but they're clearly stronger than they looked at first glance. What do you do?
I do 2 things. The first thing I do is one of the stones on my staff begins to light up as I call upon the heavenly aspect of earth for a divine lightning that will be brought down at the end of my turn. But before that, I would like to heal myself.
That's smart.
That's a good idea, I think. Let's see if it fails. And it does not fail. So, I really should have this spell here ready to go. It's power 10 plus spellcasting.
Yeah, priest heals are good. When I
They
played Wayla,
are.
it was like a very different animal for healing.
Power 10.
Hey, it's 7.
Okay.
It's something.
7 healing is enough to keep me feeling okay. I don't break eye contact with this knife-wielding nobody in front of me here, and I really hope that the lightning hits him. It's a radius of 20, so I need to check. It is not going to get Ariani and Heinthon.
But
Sounds
it will
good.
get the whole band.
It'll get everyone else. It will get the
That does
back
help your
line.
targeting a little bit.
It does.
Huh.
So 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be the party. Anything above that will be starting from the left. Any of the other members, I'll let you decide.
I gotta admit, I'm
to-
a little curious to see how, because I feel like things like Tactician and Geomancer would play really well if we were doing like the classic grid style. I do have maps ready for this, like these battlefields. Maybe someday we'll take a crack at that.
We could.
5 would be the one nearest to me, so I would assume this guy here.
That's germane.
7 would be 2 further to the right, so my guess would be the guy in the middle.
Sure, I trust you to pick the targets.
It's 4 damage per, as a golden lightning bolt falls from the heavens onto the two of them, dealing 4 damage.
There is an unrestrained magical force in the Expanse. The Expanse is heaven, basically. When it comes to classical, the geomancy mentality, there's the flow of power in the earth, there's a flow of power in heaven, and there's a flow of power in life itself. And these 3 things sort of form together. The Expanse is roiling. Something in the air summons this spark, this divine spark, and bam! The battlefield is illuminated for just 1 frame. There's nothing but white light, and then all of you see after images as this lightning slams down. You are gonna deal 4 damage to each of them. Is there a roll to resist that, or is that just 4 damage?
No, it's a hit.
Okay.
It deals the damage. The damage type is lightning, and it is a fixed amount of damage to the target. Cannot be reduced.
Allow me to add to you that your lightning struck harder than you were expecting it to, because you are in a lightning-aligned area. This is actually something that I have in my notes. This is something about the ley nodes in Ennam.
Well, Glade hasn't stopped laughing since the bloody wound. So as her turn goes on, it's just... and that's it.
Earth magic is weakened here somewhat. But lightning is stronger. So, who's next?
I could go.
For it.
So Ariani will continue her strange recital of it seems to be a book of it's a book that recounts sort of various historical combats in the area, which seems mostly kind of attempting to be factual. But there's probably there's a little bit of bias in the sense of this is written by the winner, obviously.
It's the Warren report. Got it.
Yeah, and that'll there's no one to affect, but I will use it anyway as I gain another edge point by doing that. And then she will slash. I think she's going to aim specifically at the mage guy with her spear. So
alrighty.
let's do a stabby with that. Here we go. That's a great roll.
6 will not be a hit.
Awesome. Luckily Hyenton also gets to do stuff. So Hyenton will also as she's riding around on a horse, Hyenton kind of rears up and will try to slam down with its hooves. It's 14.
14's totally a hit, damn.
Hyenton is so much better than me. What the hell? All right. That's 10 damage.
All right, reduced by defense. We are looking at. So his guard was up a little bit, thanks to the tactician buff he received from the Knight Commander. However, Hyenton slams his hooves down, knocking this mage back a step. He's clearly not cut out for frontline combat, and he's starting to show the injuries resulting from that. So,
that's my turn, I think. I don't think I have anything else.
Who's next?
Would that 6 being a 7 have made a difference to the attack hitting? I don't think so, right?
No, you're looking at an 11, so you need to roll 12.
Yeah. Never mind then. Who's next?
Ginga raises their left hand and clenches their fist. The Traveler's clothes they appear to be wearing burn away, revealing gleaming silver and red armor as they take aim at the dwarf. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a dwarf. That's he took a shot to the leg from Rena. No, Gregorio. Excuse me, from Gregorio. But he's dual wielding a hammer in both hands right now.
Yeah, Ginga takes a swing. Oh, okay. Damn.
They can't all be dodges of 20.
They
the
can't.
Kobold's Knight points at you, Ginga. Wretch, thy battle is with me. And she looks angry that you're not fighting her back after she swung at you so hard.
Oh.
Then why did you call friends?
Who's next?
Okay. I'll go next. Okay, so watching the knife wielding guy appear and strike Glade, Gregorio is going to pull the cartridge out of his upper arm and reach into his pocket again and pull out another one. This one filled with like a black swirling liquid. He's going to plug it in again. The lights start to pulse. They start to like cloud over and turn black as if like it was a glass vial filling up with like oil. So it's like fully black. He's going to take aim and he's going to fire a tear gas bullet at this man.
Okay, Liza G.
Wish we
Where
could
are we?
do that.
Oh my gosh. So that creates the bullet, and then I assume I just attack normally?
Yep,
And then...
it's just a regular attack roll, countered by evasion.
Cool. Ugh.
9 is unfortunately not going to be a hit. The bullet that you've enchanted goes wide, and crashes into a big stone building not far from you, kind of cracking the stone a little bit. The sort of black like sludge that you've empowered it with sort of splatters on the bricks.
Okay. In that case, what else can I do? What else can I do? I think that's going to be me. I was really hoping on that hitting.
Yeah, me
But I
too.
think that's me. Yeah. Okay.
That leaves Rena,
Alright.
right?
Yep. I'm gonna take a shot at the knife guy too.
Knife guy, that's a hit on a 14, Rena. You charge up your staff. Another lance of white
God,
light
roll high.
trails the projectile.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Rena
We live on the
really
bell
is
curve.
just
We die on
hurting.
the bell curve. Rena, he's moving so fast. He's leaving after images. He's flashing around. He's wielding 2 knives. And his cloak is kind of flowing in a way that is distracting to you. You sense that perhaps his cloak might be magical. It might be masking his location. So it's making him harder to hit. And so you land another glancing blow. But he's taken a couple hits at this point. He's starting to slow down. Anything else from the party?
I think that's all of us.
I think
Yeah,
that's all of
okay.
us.
The kobold raises her gauntlet to the sky again and clanks it loudly, and it catches the gleam of the sun. She's wearing these like oversized metal gauntlets that look like they're braced to her upper arms with like leather straps. Sort of like reinforces. Seems like it's helping her wield the oversized sword.
Like a panzer.
But the gauntlets also have much larger, actually, like larger and heavier.
Oh.
But the gauntlets also bear the symbol of the rose on the back of them, and that's catching the light and gleaming, and it looks like this is her tactician's banner as well. And she cries out, "Remember thy oaths, knights! We fall not today!" And she's going to activate another tactician ability, and because of her rank, it is going to affect the back line as well. Ironclad Defense 2, solid form. And now she is building up some what we call edge.
Yeah, I know what that is.
You do in fact know what that is, and I'm going to show Ginga what that is. Let me pull out the tactician maneuvers list real quick, because we have an ability called Unexpected Blow.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
It takes 3 edge to use it.
she has 3 already?
She has 3 already. She starts with 1.
What?
She has some equipment. She has some special powers.
She's cheating.
She's cheating, but she's cheating by being cool. So, Ginga, she strides across the battlefield, leaping at you with her blade over her shoulder. "Thy battle is with me!" And she's gonna slam her blade down at you. Let me roll that attack here. Now this is with a +2 to accuracy. So she nails a big 12.
All right.
God, she just can't hit you.
Ginga spins away, dodging the blow, pulls their face mask out from behind them, and equips it, forming the helmet around their head. All right, I guess this isn't a fight I can ignore.
That's so cool.
You didn't even say put on.
He like muttered. Actually,
right.
they like muttered it under their breath.
There's no time.
Yeah, there's no time for flashiness right now. I didn't even draw the X in the air with the sword. It
Damn.
happened.
Yeah, fair. All right, 1 second here. This is a little bit of a maze that I'm navigating of all of these different classes. Just 1 second, please.
You're good.
I'm learning the system too. There it is. There it is. Stands two-handed, is valid for one attack. Okay, yeah. Good. So she can make her follow-up attack again. I had to make sure that she could still do it on the same turn as other stuff. She's using repeated strike 1. That's gonna be a 14.
All right.
God!
What the heck?
You see the frustration mounting on her face. You can see her eyebrows furrowing, her ears kind of going back, her tail hanging low, and she sort of bounces back and slides on the battlefield. Thou art made of sterner stuff than I imagined, bandit.
We're not bandits.
Not for long! Onward, knights! And then the knights go
God.
onward. The two knights next to her, Ginga, are going to make attacks on you. I need evasion checks for both of them as well. Sort of a larger human man wielding a broadsword than a stout-looking dwarf with a big beard and a hammer.
Okay. Fail eventually. 15 and a 19.
Not with those rolls, you're not gonna.
I have base
right.
evasion of 9. What do you want?
How do you even get it that high?
I'm
Fencer
shocked.
is I get 6 levels in Fencer, plus my agility modifier, which is 3. And then I have an aramid coat and a panzer hand, so I've got.
Did
some
you
extra
just say
evasion.
6 levels of Fencer?
Yes.
Yeah, no, 9. Absolutely plus 9. Absolutely.
Wow!
Whoa.
Ginga!
They're undiluted. They're undiluted.
We had enough XP for that?
Yes,
Fencer is a
I
minor
have 6
class.
classes and I'm a level 4 Geomancer. Yes, absolutely.
Oh my
Yep.
god. Well, lesson
Yeah,
learned
and-
about Sword World.
Fencer being a minor class, it takes less XP to level up than it does major classes. So yes.
Big brain. Big brain.
All right, Ariani, I'm gonna need a willpower roll from you as the wizard takes his wand and kind of whirls it around and thrusts it suddenly in your direction, launching a array of like glittering yellow sparkles at you.
14.
With a 14, you successfully. Wait, actually, I get to actually roll this. I have to actually roll this.
Oh, you don't have to.
Plus 4. Oh, that's a 15.
You did.
No!
He speaks under his breath in the language of magic, Paralizzo. And you're going to take a -2 penalty to your evasion rolls
Okay, yeah, that's
for
fine.
the duration of the spell, which is 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to need you to make an evasion roll as the
Okay.
archer attempts to take a shot at you.
Okay. So
14
that's
absolutely.
14 minus
12
2,
is fine still.
but also plus 1 because of my ability. So 13.
Yeah, you're looking for an 11 on this. All right, which leaves just Sir Germain, who is targeting the healer.
Can I just interrupt for a second?
Oh yeah, of course.
The maid's just paralyzed Ariani, and the horse is just fine. So she's just still walking around. Like she can't move as much, but the horse is absolutely fine. So it doesn't matter.
You find the
frozen
yellow
rigid.
sparkles sort of cling to you and shock you occasionally, sort of making it harder to move. But
Thank you, Heinz.
Sir Germain is going to drop an attack on Glade. Glade, I'm going to need an evasion roll, please.
Oh boy.
You're looking for. You need a 14 on this.
A 14 on this.
Mhm.
The 7's not gonna do it.
Probably not. No. 2d plus 11. Glade might be in trouble here. I'm rolling the damage, and I'm gonna roll it honestly, but I'm gonna roll it above the board.
Uh-oh.
So it's normally a +7 damage. They are a power strike, which makes the +4 damage. So they have
To
2d6
kill
plus
me, they would
11.
need to do 23 damage.
Okay.
That
we're
goes down
solid,
to
but it
10. Another swift cut into Glade as she struggles to stay on her feet, but does manage to.
He grits his teeth. Enough of this charade. And that's their turn. We move on to the hero's turn.
I need to
Lightning the
heal
Glade.
myself.
I got it. Can I go first?
Sure.
Okay, so Gregorio's gonna see this happen, and he's like frantically shuffling through like all the things he keeps plugging into his arm. He's going to cast Targeting Sight on himself again to get my +1. And he's going to pull out another small cylinder with a glowing green light in it. He's going to plug it into his arm, and he's going to fire a healing bullet at a Glade.
The shell discards almost immediately upon launching, and just the sort of ball of magical energy streaks forward at Glade, leaving a trail of sparkles behind it. You got to roll a power check for that, just to make sure you don't fail the cast.
Right, okay, so do I need to hit with it?
Oh wait, no, there's no power check on quick actions.
There's
So you
a
just need to hit with it.
spellcasting check on a spell, isn't there?
Not if it's a minor action.
Oh, okay.
Spellcast is a minor
Ah.
action, automatically succeed. I apologize, I forgot about that. A 10.
Well, it'd be an 11 with my targeting.
Yeah, it occurs to me you need to hit like evasive targets, and it would be more difficult to hit a more evasive target, wouldn't it?
It's an optional dodge.
Oh, is it?
If it's a healing
right, yeah,
spell,
you
it's
just-
an
you just have to
optional
not roll-
dodge.
You just have to not roll double ones on this. I remember
It,
this. We worked
it
this out with
serves
Rena.
as the spell check, and so all you have to do is not fail.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you don't fail. Congratulations.
Awesome. Power 0 for healing, right?
Sounds right.
Power 0 plus magic power.
Okay, so it'll be this +6.
Thank you. We're getting up to speed here.
Mm-hmm. We are learning, though.
Oh, but it can't crit,
Does
though.
it crit? I don't
can't-
think it does.
It can't crit, but
I don't
it's
think so.
avoid still.
So what's your spellcasting modifier? Because it's not adding that manually.
Yeah.
6.
So
That's
10 total.
10. Mhm.
Nice heal.
It's almost all the damage that he dealt to me.
Mhm.
Nice.
Actually, I think it is.
Next, Rena's not hanging in there.
Thankfully, he
Alright.
seems to be focused on me. And I would like to finish him off. So I am going to take one of these knives, and I am going to try and hit him with it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I
Looking
can.
for a. You need a 14 to hit him.
13.
No!
Oh wait,
so close.
wait. Excuse me. He used power strike. You're looking
Oh, he
for
takes a negative to evasion.
a 12.
double
to hit.
gun.
Oh!
Oh,
Glade, that's a hit.
8 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Glade.
As I take a step back, just to make sure I'm not throwing it point blank and giving it enough time to actually like fly forward, and I throw it directly into his shoulder.
It thunks, it buries itself up to the hilt in his shoulder, and he stumbles. You can see his cloak trying to mask his location, but he's not moving quickly enough, so there's just some distorted after images sort of around him that he is not really masked by, and he blinks at you. Why? Why?
My expression remains unchanged as my turn ends, but 2d10 get rolled. Both canceled.
All right,
That's me done.
Just, Rena and Ginga then, right?
Yep. I will just shoot that guy in the back again.
Rena, that's a hit.
Yay.
Oh!
Let's go, Vina.
Sure.
go.
This man is so dead.
Triple crit!
Double crit!
Quadruple crit!
What?
That's
Wait.
5. I'm
Hey!
Okay, I need you to understand
hey.
that Rita just crit 5 times in a row.
That is
So-
8, 18, 28, 36, 44, 54 damage.
No
You
one
did
will remember this
54
man.
damage to this man.
So in this
He
game,
is
for anyone who doesn't know,
undeleted.
Blade's just gonna
I
get hit
told
by a
you,
Yeah,
miss.
I
you
don't
can
like
explain
it.
it. I was just about to.
She's in the splatter zone.
He's gone. He doesn't exist anymore. You were looking at him. He doesn't. What were you looking at?
Yeah,
Who
Uni, do
knows?
you want to catch everybody up on how crits work in this game?
Yeah. So the way that crits work in this game is that every attack you have has a crit table, and that's usually below a certain threshold. And so every time you roll damage, you roll 2d6, and if your 2d6 end up above your crit threshold, it rolls again. Now your crit threshold will stay in place, so you can continuously crit so long as you continue to roll, in this case, 10 or above.
So, Rena has crit 5 times in a row.
I can't believe that.
For,
I'll
what
never
was it,
crit again as long
56
as I
damage?
live.
That's every missed shot from the previous campaign.
Yeah, that's
around the
everything I've
planet.
missed.
A fucking
Every
portal
former attempt.
to a small abyss like opens up, and every missed bullet flies through it into this man.
I was like, I'm not gonna roll critical bullet again. That always misses. I never crit. Let's just roll a regular bullet. All right. Okay.
It's not even your crit bullet. This is your regular bullet.
Yeah. It's not even the one with the lowered crit threshold. I'm gonna throw my gun in the trash.
This is why I like public dice rollers, because if someone told me this, I would not believe them. I would say you are a liar.
It's here. It's in the footage. Like it's
there.
on the screen. You can see the dice being rolled.
Incredible.
God.
So
I
anyway,
hope y'all
I
like
crit you
that
5
moment.
times.
It's the coolest thing I'll ever do. I'm gonna retire
Yeah. So anyway,
after
you
this.
crit 5 times. Rena, would you like to take? I know you're not much of a describer when it comes to this stuff, but if you would like, you can take the narrative impetus of how Sir Germain is removed from life. Sir Germain does not have enough hit points remaining to survive.
Really?
Hope not.
I understand. Normally, I do not ask the DM to reveal numbers, but how overkill is this?
Oh, he had
Yeah, how much
2 hit
HP
points
did he
remaining.
Oh my god.
This is the most unnecessary crit of the entire
So
game.
his death save, you're telling me, would need to be a 53 to
Yeah, I'm
survive.
curious. I'll just roll it above the board here. 2d6
Yeah,
plus
A crit would be the only thing that saved his life.
what has he got? What has he got? What is this fortitude? We're looking at a fortitude of 6 here. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Not
That's a
even
great
close.
save, too.
Basically,
So
you
that's
hear,
a
you
level
hear
5 foe
Rena.
down.
She,
Yeah, Rena. Sorry, you go.
You just hear her scream. Like she's frustrated. She's tired. She's like half dead. She died the last fight. Like he has missed every shot, and you just hear and like you just see holes start forming in this guy. Like he stops existing. Like you can see on his face, like, oh, and then he just, there's no more of him. He's gone.
Yeah, I think he
God.
looks at Glade, and he wipes a little blood off of his mouth from the knife blow, and he says, "Why do you serve?" And a hole appears in his chest, and he looks down, and he looks back up at Glade, and then another hole, and then another hole, and his body is jerked around back and forth, and he just falls into pieces.
Once the first hole hits, I clasp my hands together and close my eyes as I begin to pray for him.
You should pray for him before I shot, I guess.
Yeah.
Straight down to hell, Mr.
Could've
Germain.
used Stop praying for my gun. It's gotten too strong.
brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Jesus.
It's the meme that's like, everyone, I need you to stop praying for my grandpa. He's gotten too strong.
Exactly. Exactly.
My leprechaun has gotten too strong.
I think that makes it Ginga's turn, right?
Yeah. This kobold won't let me ignore her, so I guess Giga's gonna finally retaliate and throw a couple swings, well, a swing of the sword.
All right, let me get them evasion rolls here. Just a moment. I'm gonna roll these above the board as usual for her.
Oh no!
All right, so that's an automatic failure, but she does gain some bonus experience points later.
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, you
Alright.
go ahead and do your damage.
Yep.
The dice just really have something in mind for how this fight's gonna go.
They sure do, and we're
That's a
not
crit
gonna
from
get a
Ginga.
kobold, I think.
All right, yeah. 16
So,
damage.
16.
17 because the enchanted weapon.
17, so less her defense. And then plus 2 more. Okay. Oh no, she doesn't get the benefit of her tactician things. Everyone around her does.
Mm.
Ginga, you are trading blows with her, ching, 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 and she's clearly outmatched. You're clearly the better swordsman, but she is fighting with a ferocity and a devotion to her cause that are giving you pause for a moment, but you're able to get in through her defense. And you're able to land a solid blow. She sort of stumbles back and blinks. I admit I've underestimated you, but no longer. Is that the party's turns?
I haven't gone.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, Ariani.
Okay. Ariani, she's going to continue her speeches as she continues to talk about this completely like this is a completely different battle that she's prattling on about. And in doing so, although it doesn't affect anyone, she does gain +1 edge, which means that I have 3 edge, which is pretty cool. And then she's going to, she kind of brings her spear around and she's going to try to attack the mage guy once again. I'm going to declare the use of the aimed attack feat, which will give me +1 accuracy for the attack. I will also declare the use of the unexpected blow tactician strategy, which costs the 3 edge that I've used, which means that I get another 2 to my accuracy and also +2 damage to the attack. So
Fully countering the paralyze.
Let's do. Well, wait. The paralyze affects my evasion. So.
Yeah, I said evasion. I'm sorry. You can choose with paralyze whether it's evasion or accuracy. I chose evasion.
Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry. My bad.
All right. Let's do the attack. So that's 9 +1. So that's +1 from my base ability, so 10, +1 from the feat that I use for 11, then +2 from the tactician thing, which is 13.
You needed a 12 to hit.
Whew. Okay, and now I can roll some damage, which is, yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm critting now! And so the thing that I just used increases the critical threshold, but because I rolled an 11, that's still in the critical threshold. So I get to roll again.
I'm fucking ruined.
So that's another 11 damage.
Ruined.
So that's 9 + 11, that's 20 plus +1 from one of my rider abilities for 21, +2 from the tactician abilities that I just used, so that's 23 damage to this guy.
Ariani, what happens to this wizard?
He's probably like casting another spell to like paralyze Ariani some more. But Ariani and Hyanthun is very mobile, and she leaps over the top of this guy, and as she does, her spear just slashes to the side, and this guy's head just comes rolling off.
Yeah, he drops. His wizard robes crumple around what's left of his body. His head bounces off of rock somewhere and tumbles down the mountainside.
All right.
His wand falls to the ground and cracks, the light in it fading, flickering and going out.
And the end point of Hyanthon's jump is the guy with the crossbow. So let's do Hyanthon's attack as well.
Yeah.
That's 16. Why is Hyanthon so crazy?
It's somebody's fast enough to outrun the bell curve, apparently. Yeah, totally a hit.
Oh my gosh. 11 damage as Hyanthon just lands on this guy.
Youch. Slam with a thunderous crash of hooves. This archer is stomped
All right.
almost completely into the ground, barely still standing.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right.
Oh, also
yeah, so
we just had in chat the odds of Rena doing that are 1 in let's see, what is that number? That's
20 million.
20,155,392.
I'm gonna go hunt some shiny Pokemon.
Why?
You
All
can
of you
get
look
quite a
into
few
that
of them with
roll.
those odds. Listen, the odds
That's true.
the odds
I
of finding
wasted
a
it all.
shiny are like 1 in 8,000 or something, right? So that's quite a few shinies you could have gotten with that.
A few.
Yeah, quite a few.
Quite a few. I could have had so many ferrets.
The commander, the kobold, continues her tactician order. And she's going to sort of look at her dwindling forces. And she looks at the group of you, and you can see the gears turning in her head, like, is there escape? Is there a path to victory? And seeing neither, she grips her blade in front of her, and you watch the air sort of swirl around her for a second, and sort of tinkling motes of light begin to appear around her, and she whispers under her breath, "Fairy fire." And her blade ignites with flame.
Oh, she's so cool.
Ginga! I'm gonna
Yes.
need an evasion roll from you. I'm gonna roll above the board here. God, she just cannot beat the bell curve today.
Sure can't.
She slams her blade down at you again and again. One more evasion, please, for her follow-up attack. You'd have to roll pretty low to lose that one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She slams her blade into you again and again, and the flames cling to her blade. They're sort of bursting around you, but leaving you untouched. I need 2 more evasions for the knights in front of you, and then a 3rd evasion for the knight with the bow in the back. Just
Okay.
because they're trying to bring down something that's endangering their one path out of here.
1, 2, 3.
Boy, the dice really like you guys. Ginga, there are 3 people attacking you in melee, focused entirely on you. There is a dwarf wielding a hammer, there is a human man with a broadsword, and there is this little kobold knight with her big gauntlets and her massive flaming sword. All of them circling around you, slamming, bam, 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 sparks fly, cloaks flutter, and you're dancing between them. You are light on your feet. Your feet barely touch the ground. You whirl, you deflect, you dodge, you duck. And at one point, like, you leap fully up into the air and, like, pirouette in the air, raising your blade for your next strike. There is a power and grace to your combat technique that is utterly unmatched by any other combatant on the field. That's their turn.
This is what happens when you let a Sentai hero into a fantasy session.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have let the fucking acrobat who gets his own camera angles that follow him around into this party. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I guess off of that pirouette, Ginga's gonna bring their blade down onto. You know what? We're gonna try to clear some of these guys out. Dodging away from the kobold and coming back after this dwarf again.
Absolutely a hit.
13.
Ginga. 13 is exactly his remaining hit points. Ginga, you come down from the pirouette, your legs spread out into like a broad power pose, and as the slash passes through the dwarf just kind of bifurcates. There's like a diagonal cut, and you trunks his Frieza, as they say. Who's next?
Glade is going to run next to Ginga and say, "Please surrender. There is, you will waste your lives, please." And I will spend my turn trying to convince them to lay their arms down.
Oh,
Didn't you see what just happened to this man?
Glade? I'm gonna say you take your action. I'm gonna give her a willpower roll.
Sure. Do you want me to do something to contest it, or are you just putting a check?
She's contesting something else here.
Okay.
She pauses for a moment, and you watch her hesitate. For the first time since she stepped onto the battlefield, her conviction falters somewhat. And she blinks, and she looks at you, and her tail kind of goes up a little bit, just a little flicker of the hope you saw in her eyes when she first saw you. But she immediately goes back into battle mode.
I see it for that moment, and I grab my shield and I throw it to the side again. Please.
All right.
And I open
happens.
myself up for an attack on the next turn if that's what it is, but I'm taking my chance and I am preemptively canceling both of my geograph aspects.
Okay. Oh, you're fully putting down your weapons here.
I am. I do not expect the party to.
Yeah, what does the party do?
Ariana's gonna attack this guy with the crossbow. I mean, you know, like the cute kobold has her back to them, so let's
She will be able to see this.
yeah, but like I mean
It'll be more convincing to stopping.
okay, are these other guys
Stop
showing
fighting.
showing any signs of like stopping fighting? I assume not.
She's hesitating, the other two are not.
Yeah, Irina's gonna attack this guy. So I will once again use the aimed attack feat to give myself +1 accuracy. That's 14.
Absolutely a hit. I think your
Yippee!
minimum damage kills him.
Let's find out. So that's 11 plus 1 from my thing. So that's 12.
The spear comes down, just smashes down into his front, splitting the crossbow down the middle, and he stumbles, kind of ending face down in his coat.
Cool. And having done that, Ariane on Hyanthon will charge towards the back of this guy that is fighting Ginga. Not actually use my charge feat. I'm just gonna
get a separate turn, so you can move after attacking. God,
am I actually allowed
Ryder's
to do-
awesome.
Oh, I actually forgot that's a thing that you could do. Is that a thing that I can do actually?
Ryan has his own turn, doesn't he?
Heinthon does get his own turn, but there are some restrictions. If this is one of them, I will double check.
Okay, I mean either way.
Because I'm not actually like I'm pretty. We've pretty much been ruling it as like they kind of have the same sort of turn, right?
Normally speaking, once you've taken a major action, you can't move.
I mean, I'm fine with not being able to move if.
But
If-
Hyanthon might make you more mobile like that, so I think it's viable. Either way, I don't know if it's going to affect the outcome of the battle, so we can roll with it for now, and then we can
Well, we'll circle
continue
back
on.
to this one
Yeah, we'll
another
circle back.
time.
We'll
Yeah.
figure out the rule later.
All right. Well, in that case, Hyanthon smash 17.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. 10 damage.
Hyanthon flattens, positively flattens this human with the broadsword. He's like raising it up, and he's like trying to sneak around, circle around behind Ginga, because the kobold is clearly like trying her best to occupy Ginga. And so this human with the broadsword spies an opportunity. He starts circling around. He's got this brown hair and his blue eyes, and he's a real handsome knight. And then he becomes a muddy splash as Hyanthon brings his hooves down.
Whew. That was supposed to be a nay, by the way. I don't know if
It was a good
picked
whinny.
up.
It was a
I
good
don't know
whinny.
if it picked up on the mic, okay?
No, it did perfectly.
It did,
Didn't cut
totally
out
did.
at all.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's cool.
I
Yeah.
don't do a super good horse, but
No, yours was really good too. Yeah, Ariane just
one hearse I know how to move.
shut up.
The best thing.
Ariane crushes this guy, and she kind of turns towards the kobold and just says, "Surrender." And sorry, that's not Ariane's voice. Surrender. And that's my turn.
I believe that leaves Gregorio and Rena.
Is the kobold still focused on Glade?
She is at the moment. She's hesitating.
Okay. Gregorio's gonna kind of, seeing that Glade's seeing Glade throw aside her shield, he's gonna move run over to her and kind of skid and in one motion kind of spin around. So he's got his back to Glade, so no one can really. So he's facing his back to like everybody else currently in the fight, apart from Rena. He's just gonna kind of put a finger to his lips to Rena, and I'm going to cast Protection on Glade.
Okay, this is Conjury, right?
Yep. And I'm gonna whisper under my breath to Glade. I hope you know what you're doing. And I end my turn.
Okay.
Rena's gonna see that we're trying to make them surrender, and since she feels like she's made a fairly compelling argument herself, she's going to hold off.
Okay. Gregorio, this is Earth Heal. Gregorio, you're Conjure, you're casting a spell?
Yeah, I was casting Protection.
Oh, Protection. Sorry, not Earth Heal.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you still need to do a check?
You still need to do a
don't
power
you?
check, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Hang on.
So Rena, you're just delaying your action. You're gonna take a pause.
Yeah.
For Conjurer. Is that right?
That's correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spell success.
Okay, cool. You can just
Then-
kind of...
That's all of us.
It is the NPC's turn. The kobold looks around, her cloak billowing, her gauntlet gleaming, her blade wicked with flame. And she pauses for a second, seeing Glade put down her arms, but she looks at the bodies of the fallen knights around her. And she takes the blade, flips the flames off of it with a flick, sheathes it, and takes a knee. Thou hast bested my knights. Thou hast slain 5 good men this day. There is no honor in surrender to banditry, but it seems I've no choice. And she takes a knee, and the fight is over.
I grab her by the
Yay.
face. We have to see who we can save. And I immediately go to the bodies to see if any of them are still alive.
Oh.
I don't think Ariani was holding back, so...
The one I'm looking for?
Yeah, I can assure you that other dude, me,
Dolly, I think they're all dead, but Glade has to try.
Yeah, Glade,
Yeah.
you take a minute. We can call this the search roll if you like.
Sure.
If you plan on looting the bodies and stuff.
I don't, but if the rest of the party does.
Yeah. If anybody wants to gather any loot from the knights, that's going to be 2D and 10 minutes. Maybe not the right music. Hold on. Let's do this one. No, this one. Wait, no, this one's good. This one's good. But it looks like maybe nobody's rolling, so maybe nobody's looting the knights, so maybe we're ending our combat here.
Not
Gregorio wouldn't be.
We're trying to prove to them that we're not thieves.
Yeah,
we
I
can't
don't think
bandage them
Ariana's
immediately.
looting.
So the kobold takes a moment and begins unstrapping her big gauntlets and pulling off her sword belt. She starts unarming herself. Glade, you go through the bodies, but they're thoroughly dispatched. There's no life left in them. It was as if there was very little life left in them to begin with when this started, and what's left has fled. You are not sure whether to suspect the Curse of Gloom or simple depression, but...
There is no such thing as a life with little. All lives are worth something, and Glade mourns each one, offering a prayer before beginning to bury them.
The kobold watches you curiously, but you can see that she's clearly displeased. But she eventually, she lays her gauntlets across each other in a cross pattern. She lays her blade and her scabbard down, and she begins to unpin her cloak and kind of fold it. And unless anybody stops her, she makes a tidy little parcel of her gear and kneels in front of it.
I don't think Ariana's stopping her. Ariana just sort of dismounts Jonathan, and she's gonna probably while the kobold is doing this, she'll sort of clean her spear and clean herself off a bit because she took a few hits. she, I didn't mention actually when she took that hit earlier from it was the crossbow guy who hit her. So there's probably like a bolt kind of sticking out of her shoulder that she like breaks off, and she's sort of tending to that. Yeah, curiously, the wound that she's taken is no blood.
Curiously.
I can tell you right now, Rena will not notice.
If the kobold is ignored for long enough, when I get to burying, I hand her the shovel and I make her help me.
It's going to take you a couple minutes to search the bodies to see who's still alive.
Yeah.
So I want to give Ginga and Gregorio and Rena a chance to act.
Absolutely.
And Ariani too, who's just dismounted and not done anything else.
Ginga will approach Rena and put a hand on her shoulder and say, it was a great shot. And cast Earth Heal on Rena.
-2 from the result of your healing.
Thanks.
This is an area of weaker elemental affinity for earth and stronger for lightning.
It's not a failure. Earth Heal is power 0. So, yes, roll.
Yeah. It'll maybe go eventually.
There we go.
Jeez.
Your earth
You
spell
hurt me.
fizzles. The power of earth does not answer your call here.
Damn.
Rena feels happy that he's been praised.
There's a little crackle of lightning around your fingertips, Ginga, like almost like St. Elmo's fire on the mast of a ship. There's a sort of aura for a second as you try to channel the earth, and the lightning sort of overpowers it.
Worth a shot.
After Ariani's cleaned herself up, she'll probably look to the kobold.
She looks up at you, sort of like through her eyebrows, like she's greatly distasteful towards you. But she is obeying the laws of surrender.
We heard about you from Kefri.
A look of conflict comes to their eyes. But you see she looks like she wants to say something for a moment, but doesn't.
We are not bandits. We were sent here on a mission. Our goal was, or it still is, to revive the fountain.
At that, she looks shocked. Revive the fountain? Thy cause is madness. Thy intentions, however misled or pure of purpose, thy end goal is destruction. Thou seeks the Curse of Gloom? Thou wishest it to overrun the Kingdom of Altander?
Isn't that what it's already doing?
They sort of blink.
Kefri is looking for ways to, well, alternate options that might make some change rather than surrender to what's creeping in already.
She throws her head to the side. Lies. No servant of Kefri would slay good knights of the Royal Guard.
Good knights. They all had their markings worn off.
Indeed. Defaced though their armor may have been, they were knights of the Burnished Rose. I've known them. I've known them for years. I've looked up to them. To accuse them of base banditry
May
is
I
a
remind
cruelty
you
to
that
their image and a mockery of the name of the Burnished Rose.
May I remind you that it was you who attacked us.
Indeed. The agents of the enemy here. In one of the most sacred wonders. You see her eyes go to the big stone building kind of near you. I'll move us over to the other map while we're talking.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Oh, roll 20 is malfunctioning more than usual.
Hooray!
It
Roll
did that
20
for
is
me
so
earlier, too.
Good. It's so
It is duplicating
cool.
tokens like crazy.
Functions.
I got a Cloudflare like failure message when I tried to load in originally, so it's having some
no.
issues today.
It has issues every day.
All right, here we go. Maybe that's a good sign to move to Foundry, huh?
Maybe.
But yeah, she gestures to the big stone building near you. You see the wall. You see a sort of inner keep building within the bailey of this like miniature castle almost.
Does it not require a key for entry?
She narrows her eyes. Knowest thou not the way to the Walk of Shadows? Indeed, it doth require a key, Kefri's key.
Indeed.
You...
We do not have that key because we were going to take the other path.
It was reported to me that the key were stolen by goblins from Kefri's treasury. Hast thou not the key?
Do we look like goblins?
Her ears kind of flatten. Lookst I to be a knight?
Well,
Worry not so much for looks and appearances.
we thought you were, and that's why we approached, only to be accosted by your so-called allies.
So-called allies. If thou art truly agents of Kefri, thou wilt have his signed hand, a note, a word, penned.
The one that we showed you before you attacked us?
Good
Grigori
Germain
will
has
just
an
get
eye
his out.
for magic and trickery.
Whoever
Not
has,
anymore! I
Whoever-
shout.
Whoever has the note, Ariani will like grab it from them and shove it in the kobold's face.
She looks at it.
Take your
and
time, look at it. There's no
you
trickery
see her,
here.
like, you can see her face kind of like sours, but like her nose sort of sneefles almost without her consent, and you can see her tail does like a little flick. I know this scent. 'Tis the scent of the good Chamberlain. 'Tis truly penned in his hand. She sort of
Indeed.
slumps back. Then the rumors perhaps bore truth. Oh, sweet Lyria, I have wronged you. And she looks really sorrowfully at you, Ariani. Her eyes go so big and so sad.
No, she's going sad dog mode.
Oh,
Truly, I have wronged.
Ariani is trying really hard to look stern, but when she does that, Ariani is like clearly like, like she's like looking away, but she keeps like looking back because like how can you not? Well, it's fortune then that none of us were grievously harmed.
Indeed.
Can Glade enter the conversation at this
Yeah,
point,
totally,
looking
totally.
furious at that statement?
Yeah.
Totally.
Look, Ariani is busy fighting her own stuff.
out loud, Glade says, "What is wrong with you?" As she goes over to the kobold, and she sits down next to her, and she hugs her.
She like freezes up for a second, but then her tail kind of wags a little bit, and she can't hide that she enjoys the hug.
She's
And Glade says out loud, "Now you have to live for all of them, okay? They aren't here anymore. You have to carry them with you."
She swallows hard, taken by the sudden gravity of your words, and she sort of looks down at her hands, her little kobold paws. Bereft of the very large gauntlets that she had, were like strapped up to her elbows, her hands are actually really small. She's actually like really little. She's like 3 foot nothing. She's a very small, very tiny little dog.
oh,
And she sort of sinks back a little bit. If the rumors were true, then then the burnished rose has fallen. And I am nothing. No knight commander in name to a fallen order. A joke. A jest. A cruelty.
A new beginning.
A debt. And she looks at the group of you. A debt is owed. And I shall repay it. I, Dame Calantha, once of the burnished rose, shall repay this debt to you. Perhaps with information, if my fighting skills are not to match yours.
Well,
You have questions. The questions run deep.
You were fighting someone who entered the keep. Who was it?
A mighty warrior of the Field of Pax, an agent of the Fairy Queen Mifanwi, a man known as Ogor, one whom I've clashed with several times in the past. A leader of goblin raids into Altander's territory. He sought entry to the wonder to the north of us, the Walk of Shadows. It seems he had been led to believe we possessed Kefri's key and were entering the keep. We have not Kefri's key. It remains securely at his treasury. Or so I believe.
And what's
One
of
of them
the...
was...
Go ahead.
Ariana, go.
Germaine spoke of goblins having stolen the key, but she kind of looks at like numerous goblin bodies that are also discarded from a previous fight that happened before you arrived. They fought only to defend their leader. I thought you thieves. I thought them thieves. I am sorry.
You were led
And-
astray by people you were supposed to be able to trust.
I came to this mountain to seek them, to talk sense into... I'd heard the rumors of their defection, but a proud knight of the Burnished Rose would not defect so easily. For years, I have watched the Order thrive and shine despite the Curse of Gloom. To think that they had taken up base banditry, that I had served alongside thieves and scoundrels.
They were your companions, were they not?
I had thought so.
There is still camaraderie to be found among bandits. You cannot hold yourself accountable for this.
Enough about me. You seek to reopen the Heart of Altander?
Indeed.
Thy quest is folly.
And we would have you tell us what you know.
Bits and pieces, yips and yaps. Some things. Perhaps rumors are best not to be repeated, but the words I know, the truths that I know. Kefri possesseth a key to this wonder, and hath sent you to it without the key, which doth beg the question. Did Kefri seek thy failure?
I think so.
Did Kefri seek my failure?
Probably.
Kefri seemed unenthusiastic, but
My...
returning Millie with information was an option to us.
Then what shalt thou do?
Oh, there is
Lacking
another.
the key, thou canst not proceed up the mountains.
There's another road, is there not?
The Wild Road. At this time of year, 'Twould be a death sentence. Wyverns hunt and mate upon the wild road. Thou'd be ripped to shreds within minutes. No, nay, the walk of shadows, if thou wishest to seek Skymere, should be thy path. But to obtain Kefri's key would require Kefri's blessing.
He had the opportunity to give us this key, and he chose not to. If he does not seek our failure, he outright expects it and has prepared for it. He is an untrustworthy politician who sent all of us here to die.
I have no intention of dying here.
Yeah, me neither.
Of course, well, I'm glad we're all in agreement, but that is what he sent us here to do.
But it's
His
not what we
Eminence,
came here to do.
Chamberlain Kefri served the kingdom faithfully for generations of human life.
So did these knights.
She sinks a little. I know... I don't know more. There are... Fae remaining in Altander. Within the walls of Castle Grey itself. Some fairies, some bound to the family, to the Grey family, remain. I have heard a name about the yard. A small fae that doth come only when called, named Kalon. Perhaps thou hast seen this creature?
I smile. I may have.
Ariane seems very surprised at the idea that there's a fae just in the castle.
Kinga is unhappy about this.
Rena,
yeah,
Rena believes it. Like it makes sense. It tracks.
Calantha looks to you, Ginga, with sort of an apologetic look on her face, and
Calantha.
you see her eyes sort of go wide again, and so sad. Thy order doth seek the diminishment or abatement of fae magic. I know I have done a disservice to Kalon, but 'tis a creature I know not, personally. Only rumors, only whisperings among the few servants that remain. I, from my position within the Squire's Hall, have heard many things of this nature, these rumors. Simple rumors, mind, not truths.
Such as?
Sounds to me like you believe them, though.
I had seen the creature, Kalon. She smiles a little. I had seen it while wandering the gardens at night. To walk among the statues and armaments in the training yard, to see the knights as they were. It is Kalon that sweeps the grounds and maintains the shine of the rose itself. To burnish is to shine to a mirror sheen. The burnished rose is a rose already beautiful, polished, even brighter. Thou must understand.
That ideal is so much more than a title, isn't it?
She nods, her tail wags a little bit. Indeed. But I shall not bore thee with my life story. What wilt thou do?
If my companions are willing and able, I would actually like to stay here for the night. I may have an idea. But I would require a significant amount of trust. And Glade particularly looks at Ginga, locking their eyes together. Especially from you.
they're still wearing, mask and helmet, so you can't really see any change in expression, but they sign, throw their hands up. May as well.
Glade
I was sent out to
smiles.
die here too.
Then we are companions in death, aren't we?
Well, I hope that we don't die together, but
I would not recommend it.
how far is it back to town?
I mean, if we die together, may it be
I don't think we were traveling more than a day, right?
It was about 3 hours to the base of King's Rise, and then it's been about another 2 hours.
The time now being...
I would say probably it's early evening. The sun is setting at this point. I think we said it was early fall, so probably the sun is setting here within the next hour or so.
Well, it's not a great distance back to town, but if we are to camp anywhere, then this would be a good spot. Unless there is somewhere that
risk another trip to town.
Unless
Stuff
there
keeps
is
happening on the road. Sorry.
And unless there is somewhere that our banished race friends were staying that is more secure.
You see Calantha kind of looks to the building again, to the Walk of Shadows, and she says, "The rose hath settled within the walls of the Walk of Shadows. Though we cannot enter the main building, the walls are certainly sheltered compared to the forest. And with the gloom rising the brambles and thickets in the forest and empowering the beasts, it was the safest place."
Are there any more of you?
She shakes her head, sort of looks down at the ground. You hear like a soft little whine.
At least then it is safe for us. We stay then?
Then, if thou wished, I shall lead thee to our camp. And thou may take it over.
Please.
Much appreciated.
She sort of hops up. She goes to reach down for her gear, and then she looks up at Glade and says, but I am thy prisoner.
I reach down, pick it up, and hand it to her.
She looks up at you, her eyes wide again. Thou wouldst trust me with a blade? After I crossed blades with you, after I failed to draw thy blood. She looks over at Ginga with like a little bit of awe in her eyes.
I imagine in that moment, there's like one of those non-existent winds blowing and Ginga's like cape is just flowing around. Yeah. Just kind of looking off into the distance and nothing in particular.
Glade smiles warmly at Calantha. You still haven't figured out what we're like yet, have you?
I am beginning to see. So, perhaps thou wouldst join me at the camp and tell me of thy quest in greater detail?
Of course. It is brief, but I would be more than thrilled to regale you with the story of it all.
Then she leads you up to the door. She pulls a small key off of a necklace that she has, and she unlocks the door leading into this old cracked stone building. Flaking mortar and splitting stone are overgrown with moss and thistle, and you can see where the cobblestones have been pushed apart by roots overtaking. This building is... If there was anything left to collapse other than stacked stones, it would have collapsed by now. Although the building on the interior looks much stronger and sturdier. It is still split. Plaster flakes off the front of it. The glass is fogged. But you can see very clearly strong magical wards. There are runes painted in archways over the windows and doors. And they are gleaming with this sort of purplish light. And you can hear a soft hum like a pulse magic in them. And Calantha points them out as she enters in. And she says to you, "Welcome, travelers, to one of Arius's wonders, the Walk of Shadows. This is the entrance to the Walk of Shadows most close to Altander, the Heart Walk, though there are others throughout the kingdom. Once, in age past, this was a passage that travelers would use to walk a journey of 100 miles in a day. Now it sits as a reminder of the magic lost in Altander, that which is now forbidden to us." And
We can fix that.
She leads you to a little hollowed out section of wall where the outer wall has collapsed, and there's sort of like an overhang of wood, and you can see that there's like a couple of hammocks kind of strung up, and like a little campfire has been built. Some provisions have been stacked off to one side. "Welcome to the last home of the Burnished Rose." And she sort of hops up onto one of the hammocks.
Glade immediately begins looking for like personal effects to the people that were killed. Something to put at the makeshift headstones that she made.
You find a small leather satchel, and it contains a journal. This is Germain's book.
I don't read it. The dead deserve to keep their secrets.
Other than that, a handful of assorted coin. Calantha kind of looks down at it a little distastefully, with a clearly new perspective. And she looks to the group of you and says, "This is it? As safe a camp as any in this wood?"
Thank you for showing us the way.
Your friends did quite the significant amount of damage to us. I sort of point down to the blood stains on my dress. Is it safe to sleep?
She nods. "By my word, as a knight of Altander, no harm will come to thee while thou sleepst."
Could I have not your word as a knight, but as you? Can I have the oath of Calantha?
She looks a little perplexed. "Knight is my highest honor. 'Tis then my oath as Calantha is thine. No harm shall come to thee while thou sleepst. I shall stand vigil." And she begins
for the whole
refastening her
night?
cloak.
No, I believe you need to sleep as well. You took significant injuries during that.
She shakes her head. "A debt is owed, and a debt shall be repaid. Fret
And
not.
so
I have
then
stood
one
many a
of
long
our
vigil.
6 watches you will take.
No, I think we're going to do watches, and she'll. I don't think that we should leave her alone for a watch.
Thy magic is most potent, as I saw during the battle. Hast thou not healing magic to mend thy wounds?"
There is a cost, and I wish to be prepared for whatever comes ahead. I may have a way to open closed doors, but if I am to do such things, I would rather be at full capacity.
Thine magic is, of course, that of the divine. Thou art a priest of Solmus, correct?
That is correct.
I'd thought I'd smelled something else, but my apologies. Nose is playing tricks upon me.
No, it is a common mistake made. There are many forces of magic in this world. It is not merely Solmus. The world itself answers my call.
Indeed.
But there are only so many times one can open a window to the world in a day. I am tired, and I would like to sleep.
Many of those schools of magic aren't considered profane by the king, or the late king.
The king's word is no different than mine or yours.
She looks like you just punched her in the gut. Her eyes go wide. I beg thee to mind thy tongue when speaking of his late highness.
I just smile.
I have a question in the meantime.
Yeah.
What would be happening with Heinthorn? Like what the area that we've entered, is there like I don't know, like
Hyanthon would be a little sluggish, I think. There are powerful anti-magic wards in this place.
I was actually just meaning like physically, because Heinthorn's a horse. And I don't know if this is an area that's like designed to allow horses in.
It's fine with horses. It's cobbled ground. Hyanthon this is not unpleasant ground, but there is definitely a powerful anti-magic ward somewhere in the area that you're getting like the sort of backlash from, the outflow from.
Okay. I think Ariani is just sort of in a bit more detail now that she has some time to herself and somewhere to sit down and stuff. She's gonna sort of get to work on like not like medically patching herself up, but like applying bandages and checking Hyanthorn and grooming Hyanthorn and cleaning her weapons and things like that.
I think if nobody is anybody, let me ask more clearly. Are you letting Calantha out of your sight?
No.
Or is somebody on her?
I was going to say Gregorio would hold up his hand and be like, I don't mind sharing the watch with her if that's okay with everyone else.
Yes.
Fine with me.
Seems silly to let her have one by herself, and I don't mind. It kind of glances to her, I don't mind babysitting.
Excellent.
Glade squints at the lack of trust to this clear stranger who just attacked them, but doesn't say anything.
All right, then I take it we're breaking down for camp.
I think so.
Is anybody doing anything else?
There is something I do during camp. As we're sort of preparing to rest, Glade asks where the key is needed.
Calantha looks. 'Tis an artifact. Not a literal key, but a stone keystone, enchanted with magic to counter the wards placed upon this place. When the Walk of Shadows was sealed, rather before my life began, 'twas bound to a number of keystones. Chamberlain Kefri doth possess one. The other, 'tis said, is in the hands of agents of Pax.
Where
Though
do they
I know
go?
not where. Kefri hath a vault.
No. Where do the keys go in? The stones?
Nay, simply to bring it near the enchantment. 'Twould be enough.
Glade scoffs, looking mad. And
My
so
apologies.
it's just everywhere.
Perhaps near the door?
That'll work.
She nods,
that
seeming
way?
a little
And
satisfied.
Glade points in whatever the exact wrong way towards the door is.
Nay, I imagine
I think
the door there.
Ariani is overhearing this and just kind of she kind of sighs and just says, "Please show her to where the door is, to the Walk of Shadows."
Please, yes, this would be very helpful.
My apologies, madam. Thy vision is impaired. How insensitive of me. Please, this way. I shall lead thee.
Good. I'll be back in one moment.
She holds a hand up to you, Glade.
I take it instantly.
She has, if you've let her, she's strapped on those big gauntlets again, like strapped all the way up her arms. And so there's these big metal clankers on her hands.
Clank, clank, clank.
And she leads you probably 20 feet. There's a big wooden door. It's banded with iron. It looks like a plain door with no visible lock on it, just a pull handle. It's wood banded with iron. The hinges are on the inside away from you. And above it is a large sort of diagonal cut window, sort of a diamond shape. And you can see, you can feel at this point the buzz of like anti-magic, like almost oppressively, like a pressure.
Okay. Thank you, Calantha. This is very helpful. Thank you. This is the perfect place for this. Of course.
Tail
Thank
wags
you.
just a little bit.
Fantastic work.
'Tis my pleasure to be of service.
You must have made an incredible night.
She smiles, but the smile leaves her eyes. I never was.
That's their loss.
For years I fought for this. Sought the knighthood and served loyally, dutifully for my life. I have given it to the knighthood. But a squire I remained. For my weakness, my small stature and inability to wield the blades properly, failure to defeat the other knights, combat, I could never prove myself to their satisfaction.
Glade has her hands held up to her mouth with tears all over her face. She is very moved by this. Then, and she kneels down. May I make a request, Calantha?
Of course. A debt is owed and a debt shall be repaid.
Will you be my knight?
She maintains her composure, but she chokes a little. Alas, I am sworn to the Kingdom of Altander. I am formally named its Knight Commander by Chamberlain Kefri. My oath is to another.
Well, good news is that Kefri, we're currently working for him. We even have papers indicating as much. We are his representatives. And for this moment, you are no squire. I, with all of the power invested in me and the piece of paper I was given, which I can only assume is a lot, I was told I had free reign of the castle grounds. And in this regard, I believe I have been given the authority to bestow upon thee a title. Yes?
A title. I think perhaps 'tis not so simple, but thy words do resonate with me, and thy kindness is apparent.
I smile. Very good night.
Such a title as I have, Knight Commander of the Burnished Rose. For there were none left to take the title.
That is who you are. But you don't have to just be that. There's so much more to you.
Perhaps. Thou
But
shouldst rest.
The journey to this door was extremely, monumentally helpful. Thank you.
Of course. It doth please me to serve thee.
I sit down.
She sits down as well. Her tail kind of wagging a little bit. And I think it's probably just some time passes, right?
Yeah.
So does anybody else want to do anything else before we split off the night and make some observation rolls for the evening?
I want
I
to talk to
have some-
Glade, but I
She
think
just
it
wants
would be
to go to
during
bed.
the sort of Passovers for the watches.
All right, let me
That's a good idea.
let me double check on that. I heard Rena just going to bed.
Mhm.
Okay. Gregorio is sharing a watch with Calantha, and so Ariani's going to seek out Glade that evening.
Yeah, I imagine in the Passover of the watches, Ariane will talk to Glade.
Just a moment while I make a couple rolls here. So we're dividing into 5 watches then, correct?
Mhm.
Yes, and I do have something that I would like to do during mine, but that can happen after.
Okay. I will ask the party then who is taking the 3rd shift.
Was that the peak of the night? Because if it is, that is what Glade would volunteer for.
Yeah, that'll be Midnight Watch.
Ariane
But I also
wanting...
heard Ginga's voice. Does Ginga want it?
Ginga will take the watch after that.
I'll take one
Okay,
before
okay.
then.
So then it seems like Glade's on midnight watch. What about Gregorio? Where's Gregorio going? Because that's where you're doubling up with Calantha, right?
Yeah. I was waiting for you to say whereabouts it was because I'll be on that one.
Okay, so whatever's left.
Yeah.
She'll volunteer herself for Dawn Watch then, the last watch.
Okay.
Then that means our next scene is midnight. At the stroke of midnight, distantly, somewhere echoing from a town below, you can hear a bell chime 12 times, signaling it is 12th bell, it is midnight. And you shuffle up the watches. Second watch fades into third, and it is Glade's turn.
I wanted to talk to Glade when we're passing over the watches, since mine is before Glade's.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the others asleep, as they're kind of passing over the watches, Ariani wakes Glade, and reports that, nothing unusual happened on her watch, and she kind of moves to, sort of get in position to, sleep herself, but she kind of stops and looks back to Glade.
You seem as though you want to say something. If we're going to do it, come do it by the door.
Ariana will go by the door.
In as much as there is, So the door to the Wonder itself, the door to the Walk of Shadows, is not covered. It's fully exposed to the elements. But you don't have any. The best shelter you have is like a crumbled wall with a wooden scaffold over it. So.
You're being very nice to her.
Yes.
She attacked us.
Yes. And we won.
We did. And I'm very grateful for that. I just... I can't wrap my head around how you treat people. You have no problems fighting, obviously, but you seem so eager to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Sit down for a moment. You're right. And I understand how it must look. Childish and naive, maybe. I am a priest of Solm. Death follows me everywhere I go. My father was a priest, though not nearly of the same kind as me. I had whenever someone would lose a loved one, my father made me comfort them. He said that something about me cut through the difficulty of such a situation. And so I spent a lot of time wandering, and that's how I learned how to, and she pulls out one of her throwing knives, do this and everything else. But I became that which I started to fear, cold and numb to death. It is an inevitability, but it is not the type of thing that we should take lightly. Those bandits that attacked us, they were children. They might have had siblings, they had parents, they had friends. And regardless of the choices they made, their lives deserve to be honored. And she brings a hand up to her eye patch. I had spent my life surrounded by death. But one day, I found out that I was also surrounded by life. All of us are. It is a force incontrollable and unwieldy and grand. And when I found it, and she lifts her eye patch up, revealing just an empty socket. It took something from me. And then she flicks a finger against the stone in the center of her staff. But I took it back. I became a part of it. I found the window. And so I will celebrate life, as destructive and violent and cruel as it is. Why should I not be nice to her?
Ariane kind of looks down a little bit. I apologize. When we were fighting them, I was thinking about our story and how we've started on this quest, and they were bandits out to kill us in a way, and I didn't really think about their stories or your story.
You're not a person, are you?
Ariane, sits straight up very suddenly and kind of narrows her eyes. What is...
Sorry, you're not flesh.
Yeah, still the bloodless wound on Ariane.
At this point, she's when she was, as I mentioned before, she was tending to herself. She's probably patched it up a little bit. But she kind of reaches for where the arrow hit her. She kind of looks around and sees the others are asleep. What of it?
I merely wish to know I do not bear you any ill will, nor am I upset by this fact.
Ariane and Glade, please make an observation roll.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm trying to find where that is.
Page 1, bottom right.
Yeah.
Thank you. There it is. 13.
Ariane, you look around to see that the others are asleep,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see where curled up, snoot to tail, the little kobold Dame Calantha is. And when you start to get quiet, her ear flicks towards you.
I don't care that you're whatever. I don't even need you to tell me. I just want to know if I'm right or not.
Without saying anything, Ariane just sort of, she kind of undoes part of her scarf and pulls. She positions herself so that her back is to Calantha, and she kind of opens her robe to, show only to Glade, because her back is to Calantha, what she looks like. And her kind of armor, her, and again, it's most visible on her right arm, where there's a ball joint at her shoulder and elbow, and she just kind of shows that, and then wordlessly puts her robe back on, and she mutters, "The others don't need to know."
Glade's smile widened, and she actually got a little misty-eyed at the trust that Ariani showed her. Thank you. They don't. That is not my story to tell. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to... When I was growing up, a lot of the people around me were not very nice. So it was hard not to grow up very guarded. And when I see other people, I'm usually thinking about the ways that they could be working against me. Usually putting that caution before.
Glade will reach over and actually, put a hand on the side of Ariani's face. Ariani has seen her do this. She doesn't seem to be afraid to touch people at all. And she says, "Whatever untrustworthy people you had in your life, I am sorry for the wounds they caused. I hope with time you'll see that they were just wounds and not that they don't have to be scars."
Thank you. She seemed a little like she kind of recoiled a little bit to the hand, but she kind of stopped herself and let it touch her. And then she kind of sort of closes her eyes for a moment and then stands up. I should be going to sleep and leaving you to your watch.
Indeed. Do take care that the rest of the party is actually sleeping. If they are not, I am afraid my plan might not work. It might not work at all, but it's worth a shot.
Well, I hope they are all asleep. She looks towards Calantha.
If they are not, I don't think this will work.
Her tail flicks just a little bit.
I hope that if any of them are stirring, perhaps they'll go to sleep.
Can be scary to trust other people, but I'm grateful that you have.
I just worry that being overly trusting you can put your trust in the wrong people.
Do you think I've done that?
I don't know.
Well, then I hope you'll tell me if I do.
All right. I'll be going to bed.
Good night, Ariani.
Good night, Glade.
Ariani and Glade part ways for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Moving us to our next watch, right?
I do have what I was going to do during this watch.
Oh,
do you want
yeah,
me to
Glade,
do
of
something
course.
before then?
No. What did you want to do during your watch?
Well, I recall the last time I needed something open. And I begin to tend the grounds a little bit around this door. I clean, I tidy it up, I turn my back to the door as many times as I can, never ever acknowledging a bell in the wind, but hoping that I hear one.
Glade, give us an observation roll, please.
11.
With an 11, Glade, you hear the swaying of the tree. You hear the leaves skittering across the cobblestone. You hear somewhere distantly water flowing, the burbling of a spring, and you hear the thrum of the magic binding the door. Do not hear a chime or a bell. And something in Calantha's words rings out to you, that there was a fairy bound to the royal family. You may have encountered it. It would come when called by name. The name that she provided was Kalon.
Kalon, please. Help.
You're attuned to magic. You're attuned to various forms of magic, and you feel there is something there. When you call this name, you have the sensation of a thread being pulled but not plucked. Like a string on a lute or a lyre being pulled back and stretched to the point where it almost produces a note, but not release. And then it slacks and there is no bell on the way.
Do I have any way to influence this anti-magic barrier around this door?
There are spells for that. There are certain specific spells for it. You could try interacting with it.
I do. I would like to.
Okay, what do you do?
Turn it off temporarily, but I don't know that I can do that. I don't have a specific spell that would make it stop, but I want to create a hole.
So the barrier very much is a broad field. You can feel, if you trace your fingers along the outside of the building, it is strongest around the doors and windows, but you do find it encircles the whole building, basically like a sheet of like cling wrap almost. You can feel it buzzing on your fingertips. It is wired into the magic of this land. It is lightning aspected. It is an electric barrier. It would probably shock the hell out of you if you tried to break it.
There is a
We'll say-
moment
Oh, sorry,
where
go ahead.
Glade is very tempted to touch it and break it and try, but she
Your-
doesn't.
Your unique knowledge of geomancy gives you insight, in fact, into the construction of this. If you're curious about such things, there are flows of magic. The magic flows along what's called the Wayfare, and the Wayfare is a network of pathways and flows, like subterranean rivers, basically, that flow through the land. And there are certain points where it pools. Rather than rivers, you have lakes or springs or oceans. And this would be a very potent spring of lightning aspected magic. This was a ley node. This is a place where lightning magic is more powerful. And so that's why they built this spot here, because it is basically like a stable point in the Wayfare. Likely the Walk of Shadows travels through the Wayfare, and that would be how you make a journey of 100 miles in a day. But that does also give the ward that is protecting it a good deal more power.
It is currently out of my realm of expertise and well
Probably.
beyond what me or anyone in this party would be capable of stopping. Glade thought otherwise, and I had to let her try, but the rest of her watch will continue unabated unless there is anything you have.
Nothing else for your watch, no.
Then come the 4th, she swaps it with Ginga.
I will say, Ginga, you are awakened.
Yes.
And Glade, as you're passing the watch off to Ginga, you both hear distantly a shriek in the air, an animalistic, deep shriek. A almost saurian sort of, like a distant dinosaur roaring. It echoes off the mountains. It's loud, but distant. Shrill and piercing, but echoing. It's hard to tell exactly where it comes from. It's somewhere far away. Like hearing a wolf howl in the night.
As a
Uh-oh.
ranger, have I heard a noise like this before?
You can make a knowledge check if you want. You can make a monster knowledge roll.
Monster knowledge, let's go.
Yeah.
Guess I would just make a normal knowledge roll.
Yeah, it'd be a flat knowledge.
Alright.
With a 9, probably a wyvern. You were warned that there were wyverns in the area. Wyverns are traditionally dawn and dusk hunters. They hunt in limited light. So to hunt during the darkness is uncommon.
How odd. I wonder what exists during the day that makes them wait until a time like this.
An interesting
Something
question.
big.
Well, have fun with that. Good night.
Ginga, anything you want to do during your watch?
No. Ginga posts up, and just takes watch. Keeping definitely an eye out for any wyverns, but no one's outdoors, so they shouldn't have any reason to come wandering this way.
You think at one point maybe you see a shadow cross in front of one of the stars, but it might have just been a trick of the light. You don't hear any other cries, just the one. And your watch passes on eventfully, and then it becomes Gregorio and Calantha. Ginga, do you wake Gregorio or Calantha?
Ginga will wake Gregorio.
Okay. Gregorio kind of wakes up kind of sluggishly. He's like, my turn already, I see.
Yeah, time goes fast.
Anything I should know about?
How long is a watch, give or take?
About 2 hours.
2 hours.
A little less with 5 people.
All right. Wyvern cry in the distance about 2 hours ago, but no sign of anything physical.
Huh. So I get to be the babysitter and the monster hunter.
Calantha is sitting up as you say babysitter, and she begins to pin her cloak back on. "'Tis our watch, is it not?"
That it is. Why don't you show me around the area? We can chat as we walk.
"I shall. 'Twould be my pleasure." "Rest well, gallant quester Ginga, of the Ordo Gallant. I shan't allow you to come to harm as I watch."
Ginga nods and crawls into their bedroll.
So Calantha turns to Gregorio, and she sort of smiles, her tail swishes a little bit. "Thou art an artificer, a master of magitech, correct?"
Gregorio will kind of like hold his hand out, and like the fingers kind of click in like unnatural directions, and just kind of smiles back to her and says, "What was your first clue?"
"Thine... Perhaps 'tis too personal, but thine arm. How didst thou lose the limb?"
Gregorio kind of looks at her.
She
for a
says
second.
as you're walking the walls.
He doesn't stop walking, but he kind of looks down to her, and down to the hand, then back to her, and just says, "Well, I'm engaged in a very specific type of research. In fact, the entire reason I'm out here with them is hopefully for the reward, which will allow me more funding into the area. Unfortunately, it is a incredibly perilous endeavor, and as with all good science, there are good results with magic and there are bad results with experiments. And unfortunately, I was on the receiving end of a very bad experiment."
"Thine arm was taken from thee by the pursuit of knowledge."
It would be more accurate to say my arm was taken from a lack of knowledge. I was not able to save it.
It would be beyond the ken of most priests in Altander to restore the loss of an arm. A limb lost, that sort of magic would be considered rather unnatural under Irius's rule.
Gregorio kind of looks over his shoulder. How far away from from everybody else are we at this point?
You're a good 90 degrees around the castle, or the keep at this point.
Okay. Would you be willing to keep a secret?
I give my word as a knight.
Then I shall take it and hold you to it. In truth, I did not merely lose an arm. The severity of the experiment cost me my life. I was pronounced dead for, I forget the exact count, several minutes before my associates attempted a very ill-advised procedure combining magitech and conjuration magic, which worked to a degree. However, not all of me came back correct. And he
Blinks.
kind of gestures to his hand. Yes, I know. I get that look. I know what you're thinking.
Nay, perhaps my faith doth belie a different intent than my heart. I simply feel sympathy for thy plight. This magic wrought from a different source. 'Tis the stuff of fae and earthwalkers and conjurers and those who have found themselves to be outlaws under Arius's rule, and now the young Keta. Wouldst thou join me for a drink in the moonlight as we watch?
Of course. It's been a while since I've had something to drink.
She walks over to a fountain whose well has long since gone dry, but there is still some water in the pool, and she sort of skims a little moss off the top and flicks it down at the ground. And she pulls off one of the heavy gauntlets, sort of drops it on the ground. She lays her sword up on the wall, and she pulls out a flower petal, and she brings it to her lips and she whispers. And then she places the flower petal on the surface of the water, and in the moonlight, a soft tinkling gleam appears over the surface and spreads like a rainbow bubble. And Calantha casts fairy magic. And you find that the water glows and bubbles softly for a moment, and the impurities fade. And she pulls out a pair of little tin cups, little traveling cups, and scoops some of the water up in one of them for you.
Gregory will watch her do that, and just be like, it seems that now I have a secret to keep.
Seemed only fair and honorable to trust thou as thou hast trusted me. 'Tis the magic of my people, long before I came to this kingdom. And she sips at the water. Do you drink the water?
He'll accept the cup, and he'll kind of look at it for a second and kind of examine it, and just kind of, not out of mistrust, but he just kind of eyeing it with fascination. It's like, fascinating. Couldn't you conjured that from barely any? It's very impressive. And he just downs the cup.
Please heal 8 hit points.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're taking any damage, but
You
can feel a sort of warmth suffuse you as you drink the water. And you watch the moonlight kind of fades from the water, and then she drinks. She waited for you. My position within the Knights was never secure. They bear much suspicion of me, and rightfully so. But perhaps thy quest should end in something other than failure. The fountain, the Heart of Altander, is a symbol. Not merely a wonder, nor a font of magic, a symbol of a bond once shared between Altander and Pax. Dost thou know of the story?
No, enlighten me.
'Tis said some 2 generations of men ago, or 9 or 10 in kobolds, that the Queen of the Fae, Mifanwi, had a mortal lover a minstrel known as Fletcher. The fountain built in their honor, in honor of the story of Mifanwi's mortal lover. It was infused with magic that is said to draw fairies from the forests and the mountains and the wind and the earth. And tales that predate me by many years say that once the fountain danced with fairies. Arius would not have this. His hatred for the Fae and for us born in the darkness is a difficult burden to bear in this age. Why the fountain became befouled, I know not. 'Twas sealed to prevent the spread of the curse, but perhaps revenge from Mifanwi.
I had not factored encountering Fae of that magnitude, but interesting. I will keep it in mind as we continue our ascent towards the wonder. He kind of looks down at her. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, you go.
He kind of looks down at her and kind of his expression softens a little bit, and he's like, for what it's worth, I think from what I saw in combat, I know that my friend Ginga is quite difficult to pin down, but you seem to be doing a good job as a knight.
Nay.
Regardless of what your companion's actions were, you seem to be bound by a code of honor.
Ply me not with thy words, thy gentle words belie the cruel barbs of my position. Was given this title as not more than an insult, an afterthought. I was the only one left, elevated as I am to this false position, this mockery of what I once believed in. No more a knight than thou.
And yet you defended this title against 5 assailants single-handedly. When the rest of your men fell, you still stood.
As always, my skills fell short vastly of what was required to defend the honor of my position. Misguided as they were, my 5 men fell under my command. Thou needst not salve my wounds with thy kind words. 'Twas my failure.
Gregorio kind of maintains his eye contact with her, and just kind of shrugs a little bit and says, I have lost people as well. People that were entrusted to me, people that trusted me. We have, so I mentioned my accidents. There have been other accidents. There have been setbacks. All we can really do is move forward from them, learn from them, and then factor that new intelligence into our next attempt. And continue to innovate and improve upon our endeavors until we reach the required results.
She looks you dead in the eyes. Thy soul scar. Doth it pain you?
As she says that, he's kind of almost takes a step back and locks eyes with her and says, I would not call it pain per se. It is a source of determination. It is largely the sole reason I do what I do. It is a driving force. And he kind of places a hand to his broken horn. He just says, if I can alleviate the suffering of people born the way I am, or those inflicted with these ailments, if I could, even for a moment, help them, I would consider all of my endeavors worthwhile.
Thou speakst of it as an ailment. 'Tis the nature of my birth. Those from my land, those of my kin, those that were once my kin in my youth, are all born so marked. The eye is upon us, we say. For when hope fades, despair creeps in. The cracks in thy soul have allowed in some measure of chaos. But we do not see it as a curse. Though thy research intrigues me. My mark, my brand, as it were, doth limit me. And she kind of looks down at her big metal clanker. It doth impose a weakness upon me. Perhaps this may be a conversation for another night. Let us resume the watch.
Agreed, but if you want to discuss this further, I will be more than happy to continue this. Perhaps I could take some notes and add your experiences to my research journals.
She straps her other big metal gauntlet back on. Yes, perhaps another night. Come, Gregorio, let us resume our watch.
After you.
She hops down off a rock, kind of straightens her cloak, and you can see as she walks away, her cloak kind of billowing behind her, her slightly oversized sword strapped to her back. She does strike a kind of knightly silhouette, just very small. And you return to the group, you keep an eye out, and nothing else happens for that evening. As the morning sun creeps over the walls of this ancient building, you feel the buzz of magic in the air, almost as if the sun is reacting to the barrier itself, and the barrier is trying to force even the sun out of the Walk of Shadows. And you're all pretty quickly awakened by the sound of as the wards resist even the warming of the morning. It's an unnatural and very, very tense bit of magic. Calantha presumably did not sleep at all last night, but she seems chipper and none the worse for wear.
So she was pretending.
She looks to the group. Thy journey continues. Where shalt thou go next?
That's a good question. Glade, you said you were working on some way
Didn't
through the door.
work.
Ah, that's a shame.
We're going to need the key. The rumor is that goblins took it, yes?
Calantha nods. My understanding is that the knights had been led to believe that goblins had claimed the key some days before. A raiding party had escaped with it, and one of the goblins fled. But perhaps this was falsehood as well. Perhaps Caffrey maintaineth possession of the key.
We fought goblins in town. And
Truly?
One escaped.
We also let goblins go when Glade spared them and convinced them not to fight us. Earlier on, we encountered
Saved
some.
us a fight. I would say
I'm
I
not
necessarily spared them.
Well, I'm not sorry. No judgment. I'm just saying there are goblins which we have not violently murdered and taken the belongings of, still out there.
Glade looks horrified. It takes the belongings of, but doesn't say anything.
Oh, speaking of taking the belongings of, 4, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 150 experience points to each. Oh no, 200 experience points to each.
Also, real quick, Glade's original plan was on the way out to take the belongings of the dead, to the makeshift little headstone she did, but she's actually going to hand the journal to Calantha.
She takes it and a look of conflict crosses her eyes.
I leave it to you.
Belonged to good Sir Germain.
If ever doubt in your heart begins to form, you can use this to see the true thoughts of your leading man. But you don't have to.
I thank thee, kind Glade. Perhaps I shall read this in due time. And she smiles and she slips it into a bag.
Also, did we get the rest?
Yes, you successfully rest. So that is, I believe, 20% of your max HP and all of your MP.
Oh, thank God.
Right, only 20%.
I need to do some math.
Same.
Luckily, I was healed for the 1 hit point that I lost, so I was healed prior by the earth heal. So
Round
Yeah,
up or
like
round
2
down
HP I
as far
missed.
as health goes?
Round
How does
down,
round
I
up?
believe.
Okay.
Is it round up?
I thought it was at one point. I could be wrong.
Well, no, we'll round up. That sounds good.
Okay. That is
I
me
will
healed.
spend 3 mana to heal myself with Cure Wounds.
Okay.
It doesn't fail.
Nice.
So, the group of you settle up. You pack up your things.
Mhm.
Rena, did you heal last night? Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I just
I
watched it
did
go
it.
up.
I did it on the wrong number, and then I had to go back and look up 20% again.
I gotta say, out of character, I gotta say, it is very cool and interesting that sleeping a night doesn't just magically make you top condition in this game.
yeah.
I kind of hate it in
Um,
this instance, but it's cool.
I mean, I hate it, but I also love it, right? Because it's like,
I'll
Yeah.
just sleep off this giant sword wound. It's fine.
Yeah, battle has more consequences in this.
it
Death
makes it a lot more
is
interesting.
deadlier,
Mm.
and persistence of wounds adds to some story. It means you have to tread a little more cautiously.
Yeah, I
And
think
as a
that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it
continue.
has kept
As
me
a-
on edge.
Death
As
is
a perma
terrifying in
DM,
this
having
game.
like rest not fix everything and death actually matter is actually great because it allows you to make real stakes for the party.
Yeah.
So like from a DM perspective, I think it's only ever great and I loved it so much.
Yeah. Like, I think it's really good as well because, like, long rest is fixing everything really makes it difficult for, like, long expeditions where, like, there's sort of endurance and stuff to keep account of. It's difficult to make that, like, as much of a thing because, like, I mean, obviously you can do multiple fights in, like, a single day, but it's like, sometimes it can be unrealistic or difficult to do that, whereas this makes it a lot more like, those fights can be a lot more spread out and they can still have a big impact on each other.
Hmm.
Anyway, we should play the game.
Yeah, let's play the game. So the 6 of you together kind of circle up, having packed away what's left of your camp,
Mhm.
and you prepare to greet the day. What is your plan? What would you like to do?
We had heard of goblins on some mountaintop before, didn't we? They had a camp there.
Calantha nods. I know of these goblins. Ogor's men. Out of packs, they've traveled to claim a site here. I'd thought them here to gain entry to the Walk of Shadows, perhaps for some sort of nefarious purpose or spying, but perhaps their purpose is different than I understood. The men that I was fighting when you first approached the peak of King's Rise, Ogor and his men.
Well, without a key, it seems we won't have much luck accessing this Walk of Shadows. But at the same time, the other path up the mountain, you say, is far too dangerous.
I recommend it not. I think thy skills are great, but could be too dangerous for even thou.
Dangerous in what way again?
Wyverns, 'tis their season. Great
Oh, right.
beasts that fill the skies. Kobolds tell stories of wyverns, capable of lifting 2, perhaps 3 kobolds with a single talon. Enormous beings, venomous and deadly. aggressive, territorial, and very intelligent.
Rena looks very fearful at the idea of being carried away. She's already small and has had trouble with large birds. So she's like, yeah, let's not.
If thou sought to not return to the castle, nor try to pry the key from Kefri's vault, or the goblins that perhaps took it, then the wild road would be thy only path to Skymere, but it would be dangerous.
I believe we should parley with the goblins. I would rather not cause a conflict with them, though I understand that is likely unavoidable. I suppose that would be solving two problems with one. If we return to Kefri, regardless of the truth of where the key is, Kefri has an excuse not to give it to us. If we entreat with the goblins first, we can ensure that when we do return, if Kefri pushes this to the goblins, we will know it untrue.
That is wise. The only problem
Calantha's
is...
Glade
Glade looks
kinda go
proud of
forward.
herself.
Calantha cannot hide the fact that her tail is wagging, but she tries to remain stoic.
In this specific instance, Glade's is too, and it can be seen under the large lacy robes she has at the praise.
Wow.
It's funny, just the two tails wagging.
Doggies.
Dog-to-dog
Doggies.
communication.
I only worry that they may... They have not met most of us, but... Or well, they saw us briefly, but they know you, Calantha.
Indeed. I knowest not how the goblins descended safely from Skymere to here, to seek the Walk of Shadows. Perhaps they've some alternative route, apart from the Wild Road.
Maybe we could make use of it.
Would that I knew where they did travel in the mountains.
They were here only yesterday, though. We could, at the very least, follow their tracks.
Perhaps thou couldst. Hast thou a ranger among thy number?
I've quite the experience traveling these lands. I've tracked animals before merely to stay alive.
Then perhaps we seek the goblin.
Excellent. Again, I only wonder how they will react to you, Calantha. Would it be worth... There wouldn't be much use of you hiding a distance away. They would likely discover you.
Indeed, such skullduggery is not befitting a knight of Altander. I should greet battle head on, and greet diplomacy with an open hand. But hiding or deceiving shalt not. In fact, when the goblins first spied me, they thought me an envoy of the Fae, and greeted me with friendliness. I am no envoy.
Perhaps then we can attempt to approach them without seeking conflict, but we should be wary that it may develop.
Well,
We would
seek
also
thou thy camp, and I shall bring up the rear.
we would also have to be prepared to offer something to them in return.
My services have often allowed me to get into places that many other people would not get to see. But I may stand a better chance at negotiating such things.
Then we shall seek out the goblins.
Then I will ask you how you wish to proceed doing that. Somebody going to try to track them?
I want to bargain for an advantage on a roll.
You're bargaining?
Because I do want to track them. And yes, I am bargaining because I am a dog. And I can turn my head into that of a dog.
A dog.
So I think it's fair that maybe I get a little bit of a bonus when I'm tracking things.
I think if you can track them by scent, that's a lovely thing. I've been giving that bonus to Calantha as well, so I think a +1 bonus on your observation roll to track would be the appropriate bonus to give. This will be an observation roll with your ranger level.
It will be. And let's see what we get.
So you step outside. Calantha carefully relocks the
That
outer
is a
wall.
16
Rips the
before
door
the
off its
advantage.
hinges.
Rips the door off its hinges. The wall collapses. The world is over. Glade, immediately you pick up the scent of goblin. It's unmistakable. You smell leather and
Fantastic.
steel and that distinctive kind of odor that is a goblin's natural scent. Like everybody's got a natural scent. Humans, halflings, leprechauns, and goblins.
I say I found them this way, but it just comes out as barks. And then I start heading off in a direction, tracking it.
You speak Lycant, yes, in this form?
Yes!
Calantha yaps back at you. Good, we shall travel along with thee. And then she calls out to the rest of the group. Glade has their scent.
They're barking at each
Glade's
other.
tail starts going like
God.
wild, and like she actually like completely breaks face and like, oh, thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I've never been. It's been so long since anyone. And there, she's literally just like
Translator.
at Calantha. And she looks so excited. Like her hands are flailing, her feet are going up and down. She is so happy right now.
Rena just kind of looks at Popo like, man, we gotta find you a translator. That'd make you real happy, wouldn't it?
Ariani giggles.
But I
and-
followed the trail, obviously.
The trail goes east down the mountainside very sharply. And you find that you come very quickly to a series of cliffs through which you can overlook Altander. It's a little bit in the distance, but you can see like down from above the kingdom. And truly, it is difficult to describe how much it looks like it is sagging in on itself, like the very ground beneath it could give way and swallow it up at any moment. Almost looks as if the walls are tilted inward under the weight of the Curse of Gloom. And you can see almost tendrils in the land where the grass is browning, almost reaching out like from Altander, from Castle Grey at its center. And you find that these cliffs would be very difficult to navigate had you not picked up the scent of the goblins and found their exact path. There are rope ladders that are hung down each of the cliffs. The goblins move up and down these cliffs very freely. And it takes you maybe 2 hours before you come to a spot in the wilderness. Give me a moment to set this up here. I need to grab a different map than I expected. I didn't expect the tracking plan. That's quite good.
Thank you. I was like, this level of ranger is worth taking, and I'm gonna be happy I have it. And past Dolly was cooking.
Past Dolly was cooking. I need
Past and
to.
present Dolly often cook.
I'm a bit of a chef.
You're a bit of a chef. You're a little chefy. I'll just drag everybody onto the map. Normally, I was trying to copy. But roll
I'm
20.
doing that one meme. I'm a bit of a chef myself.
Roll 20 is, of course, awesome and without flaw.
Always.
Hooray! We love how it works so perfectly all the time. It's so good.
It's so great, and never has it caused an issue.
One more moment. As I prepare some goblin.
I think while like so Glade is like taking up the front. of the tracking, obviously. I think Ariani kind of speeds up a little to sort of catch up with Glade for a moment, just to say, Glade, I saw you. You have your abilities as a priestess of Solmus. You're able to heal. I'm not sure if she's too shy or proud to say so, but Rena seems still quite hurt from our previous encounters.
Glade's eye widens and her head whips behind her, and she locks eyes with Arena, like grumbles out a prayer in dog speak, and is gonna try and cast Cure Wounds on Rena.
Yeah, it's not a matter of pride, but I've been sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, can I use Healing Bullet on myself? And it's real, and I'm like,
shoot yourself.
I'm like, do I just sit there and go, yeah, Rena's in the background shooting herself? I'm like, no, I don't think that's how it goes. And I think
She's like
the plan
tying
is
a
gonna be
string to the staff.
Hey, Popo, hold this.
It's too long for her to reach the trigger, but also point the blank barrel at her head.
You heal
Let's not get
for
too
six.
far down this line of conversation.
I've legit been trying to figure out this entire time who to talk to and be like, all right, what do I do about this? Like, do I bother Gregorio or Glade or what?
spaced it, but I have the easiest and cheapest heal, so I'm a decent target for it.
Fair. I appreciate it.
You heal for 6, so low result,
Thank
but
you.
still.
No, that's fine, because I'm only short by 2 now.
Oh, nice!
I have very low HP, so when I get wrecked, I get wrecked.
Goodness, you
Ariana.
do.
Oh, yeah, oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Ariani smiles. Thank you, Glade.
A nice affirming bark in return.
Your brief pause in the forest buys you a little bit of breather time, but then Glade is back off on the trail again. And it's not long before you come to a clearing. And you're overlooking this. Glade, you're in the front. You immediately crouch down into some bushes because you hear conversation in Goblin, a small sort of language. It's got some harsh consonants but some beautiful vowel sounds, and it's you hear some goblins chattering away, some of them laughing, and you smell the kind of wrinkle on your nose of like a cook fire. That's sort of astringent smell of like old wood burning and meat charring. And you see down below you, down one more tier, down a ladder, a old fort of some kind, like a wooden fort, cast away, discarded, and long forgotten. The walls have crumbled, but there are still towers and some walkways between them, with about 10 goblins have taken up residence in, and I'll show you what you see. And I'll adjust the music to something more appropriate as soon as I find the more appropriate. And there you spy 2 figures you've seen before. Is the music I wanted?
I mean, it's certainly
Yeah, this is what I wanted. You spy 2 things.
suspenseful.
2 familiar figures. One of them, Ogor, a Bolg, as it is called, a person who fought against Calantha when you first saw her, and another, a pink-haired goblin who you first met in the square in Cobbledown, whose presumably significant other lies dead at your hand.
Awkward.
Well,
I have some handouts for you. These are the 2 goblins.
Pretty sure I've still got that Kaima crystal in my pocket, right?
Probably. The other thing you spy, since you mentioned this, is that these goblins do appear similarly infused, although the light is not glowing from their eye. There are a number of these goblins with sort of glowing rainbow crystals strapped to various parts of their bodies as they mill about this fortress. And you see that there are sentries posted on the walls. This is a war party.
So, do we like all see these
I think
figures?
you'll come up behind Glade, and yeah, you'll definitely see them. There's no roof on this fort. Were it within your wishes to do so, you could rain arrows down on them, and they would be unprotected.
Ariane kind of whispers to the others. That's one of the goblins we fought. The one that escaped. He may have a hard time reasoning with them.
The more of
I
us
couldn't
that go,
blame
the
him
more.
either.
Right. Indeed. The more of us that go, the more dangerous it will be. I certainly think, Calantha, you should wait for any sign of combat to follow.
She nods. I shall allow thee to do the diplomacy, but should thy life be endangered, I would be duty-bound as your protector to fight.
We need to find people who have a chance at diplomacy. I could, but I would prefer not to go alone.
I'll go with you.
Ginga, you're a, and she sort of, like, points to where the horns are, but sort of, like, on herself. You're, you know, you have a soul scar. Have you interacted with goblins in a way that... Are they going to react to you like they will me and Ariane?
That is a very good question, actually.
That would be an interesting question. Ginga, do you want to make a knowledge roll?
Yes.
I'd say Glade can make this knowledge roll too, probably, since you're having the
Okay.
conversation.
Ugh. 6.
6, you're not really sure.
Knowledge.
With a 10, Glade, these, as Calantha put it, were agents of Pax. These were soldiers and travelers who are affiliated with the southern nation of Pax, which is the fairy nation. Queen Mifanwi is the queen of Pax. And so they're likely to not be amenable to negotiation with anybody who is of Altander. They're here to defy Altander's rule in this area.
And while this is true, and I do sort of relay, they're unlikely to want diplomacy at all, but we were able to get past some of them before. I want to believe that diplomacy can work here. I don't think it will. We should be preparing for a combat.
For all, I guess, intents and purposes, let's say that Ginga did revert their armor back to traveling clothes.
Okay, so your Ordo Galant symbol is hidden.
Yeah, there are no outward signs that they are an agent of the order.
But then, what of you, Gregorio? As an elf, are you... No, all of us. Calantha, wait behind. You've been in combat with them recently. I like to hope that the diplomacy we've used will give us a chance, but be prepared to rush out and help us, okay?
Calantha nods. My steel is bared for thee.
I believe the rest of us then should go. Don't have your weapons drawn immediately, please.
Ariane will mount Anthon, but she'll leave her weapon
Actually-
by her side.
Thinking about it, Ginga, I was the one who struck that last blow on the other goblin, wasn't I? Or was it someone else?
Believe it was you,
Who?
yes.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Ginga will remain behind.
That is a good idea.
All right, so Calantha's going to settle up with you, Ginga. Two of you remain behind, so that means The other 4 are moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they don't
Yep.
want to. Okay.
Yep, nope. Gregorio will be like, well, at the very least, I can add a bit of muscle to the, well,
Here.
visibly, I can add a bit of muscle to the negotiations.
Glade will specify that Gregorio and Rena should be behind Ariani and Glade because they don't want to be in melee range of people.
Yeah.
Yup.
Is Gregorio? What sort of build does Gregorio have?
He's broad. He's kind of tall and broad.
Is he muscular?
On his arm that he still has, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind
Ariani
of
will
his-
not
his-
make a
his
joke
face is a
about
bit muscle.
bringing muscle then.
No, he is quite tall and quite broad.
So, led by Glade and Ariani, you emerge from the forest.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I will clarify. I think because there are ladders, Ariani, you're able to climb down. Heinthon is able to jump as long as he doesn't have you on his back. He is like fully torrenting around.
Sure.
And almost immediately, an arrow thuds into the ground at Glade's feet from one of the goblins up on the wall.
Raised my hands in the air and stopped moving.
They cry out something in Goblin, which I don't think anybody in the party speaks.
Nope.
And then they cry out again in Common. Move and die! Move or hold still or die! And
We
they seem
will
more
hold
confident.
still.
I'm glad they clarified that.
And then over their shoulder, Oh Gore! Hug me or Nanar! And you see this huge lumbering figure dressed in the black plate mail step to the gate. There is sort of like a series of ropes strung over the gate. And Ogor, this big bulk, this like roughly 6.5 foot tall, like probably 300 pounds, mostly muscle, plus the heavy plate, plus a long yellow like cloak, and the colors of Pax. That is the rainbow bough. It's like a collection of flowers and branches. Is the symbol of Pax. He sort of leans around the doorway and narrows his eyes. Humankind. Elves, lichens. What's your business here?
I am Glade. I am a priestess of Solmus. These are my traveling companions. We have encountered some of your men. I had given them food. I simply want to ensure that they are okay, and that your camp is as well. If there's anything we're able to do to help, I would be more than happy to.
You bring a lot of armaments for a relief crew.
It is difficult roads we travel these days.
He sort of narrows his eyes. And you see the goblins behind him starting to kind of scurry around and arm up. And you spy the goblin with the pink hair, and she's going to go ahead and make a roll.
Remember these people roll.
She doesn't seem to have spotted you yet. But she does lift a very large two-handed sword that has a like sprig of very bright, bristly blonde hair kind of tied to the pommel. And you can see that she sort of cuts the back of her hand and streaks some blood across her face with it.
We
Glade will let Ariani lead.
we come seeking perhaps a trade of information, or maybe something more, depending on
What have
you
you
have?
to offer?
depends on what you wish to know. But what we wish to know is we heard rumors that
Our pick, then? Only 4 of you.
I can trade things much more material than information. I am a practiced healer. Any wounded you have, I can treat. Any dead you have, I can tend to.
Our wounded and dead are tended. But information. This is something that interests me. He turns around to the other goblins and cries out something in Goblin. And you hear, Dari! Mukmadar! And then the goblin with the pink hair stands up straighter and starts barking orders to the other goblins. You see the massive Bolg takes his huge sword that he's wielding and he like leans it up on the inside of the fortification and sort of fearlessly steps out amid the four of you, like loops himself under the ropes that are strung across the front of the thing, like a wrestler going under the bottom rope to get into the ring. And he cracks his knuckles, cocks his head to the side. Let's talk.
Of course.
Ariane
And he
will...
calls something up to the goblin up on the wall. Jukmar, Virnabar, Efnapi. And the goblin kind of chuckles and like twangs its bowstring. You try anything and you die.
Of course.
Ariane will get down from behind them.
Nice horse.
Thank you. We
Very
heard...
nice horse. He ignores you and he walks up to Heinthon. Heinthon looks a little uneasy at first, and then Ogor speaks in Sylvan, the language of fairies. Do you speak Sylvan?
I
Does anybody speak
do
Sylvan?
not.
I do not.
No.
Nope.
He whispers something to Heinthon in what you recognize to be Sylvan, and Heinthon smacks a hoof on the ground and pushes his nose up onto Ogor's shoulder and kind of nuzzles him a little bit, like a friendly gesture.
Did we
Where
get
did
him
you
to
get
write
this?
it down? Sorry.
He is a part of my family.
Your family. He sort of looks you up and down. Who is your family exactly?
A good question. We did promise information.
Ariane kind of pauses for a moment. The Silvers.
Ogor narrows his eyes.
Clay does too.
The Silvers are a human family. No
That
touch of
is-
fey blood in their veins, just old allies and forgotten bonds.
That is correct.
I know these bonds. And he kind of leans back on the ropes, crosses his arms. These are old promises. To Mifanwi and hers.
Anything has been passed down through generations in my family.
Passed down. Heinthon has chosen to serve your family.
And
What's
I
left
am-
of it in that rotting kingdom.
I am very grateful that Heineken accompanies me.
You should be. A very fine gift was bestowed to your bloodline. Should have been mine, but he chose you.
Well, regardless,
Well,
we-
I've asked my question, you ask yours. It's only fair. It seems like he likes to interrupt you.
Ariane is very easily interrupted, so she kind of she quickly goes quiet whenever someone interrupts her. We heard rumors that a key to the Walk of Shadows was in the possession of your group. Is this true?
He pauses for a second. He kind of hooks his thumbs into his belt. A key to the Walk of Shadows? And what do you
Indeed.
know about the key?
We know that it will allow us access to, well, the Walk of Shadows. A place that would be very beneficial so that we didn't all get plucked apart by wyverns.
Oh, drowning in the Queen's madness is better then. You obviously don't know what you're asking about. So I'll answer your question A little bit of advice. Steer clear of that magic. It was sealed for a reason. You're better off chancing your guts on the wyvern's claws.
I'll let you ask any question of me if you tell me what the reason was.
For what? The sealing?
Yes.
Is this the first we're hearing of the Queen's madness?
Yes. He leans back and kind of looks up at the sky. The bonds between Pax and Altander are very old. Altander was betrayed. Sorry, I misspoke. Pax was betrayed. Altander invaded Pax. We opened the doors for you. Let you walk in and post your knights, kill our guards. Then, the old promises were called for payment. We took back our power and our control, but Mifanwi did not recover. She had a mortal lover. A bard, a man by the name of Fletcher, who passed away in the raid. She grew mad with grief and poisoned the wells of humanity. All the magic that once flowed to Arius's wonders, his stolen magic, turned sour, befouled. You are seeking entry to a pit of madness and despair.
That is correct.
Why? Why would you want to get into the Walk of Shadow? And you see something in his eyes. There's more to this question than he's letting on.
Because I see a wrongness in this world. I care not for Kingdoms of Altander, and while I intend no disrespect, I also hold no affection for Pax. No disdain, but my problems go beyond two kingdoms. You've been in this land, you see how broken it is.
He strokes his salt and pepper beard. I was there when it broke.
How horrifying. It is a dreadful thing that I wish to see healed, not undone. The promises that were made, the oaths that were broken, the violence that has been sustained cannot be undone, but merely to heal old wounds where I can.
You want to make peace between the kingdoms, or some other foolishness like that?
It would be lovely if I could, but I merely hold my hopes out that I can prevent this curse from growing ever greater.
Those promises died with Fletcher and Altander's betrayal. Best to let them out of your mind. One kingdom will survive this war. One kingdom's already dead. I don't mean any offense to you, but if you're looking for a key, we don't have it. We've lost too many of our own. And I'll tell you, we looked for the key. We were promised that it would be handed to us in kindness and solidarity by your prince or whoever. And we were betrayed, just as Pax was.
Did that promise come from the prince, or did it come from the chamberlain?
He kind of waves his hand. I can't tell the difference. The small one.
Glade looks horrified at this. I am very, very sorry. On behalf of that kingdom. I am not their representative. But
I don't want your apologies. I want to watch it die.
Understandably. I hope you will forgive that I wish to preserve the life that still lives there. It is not meant as a disrespect to your own.
If you want to share a grave with it, be my guest.
That
I think
may
we have
be
nothing
the
left to
case.
talk about.
Thank you for your honesty.
Clear out. My men are antsy. They don't like you. And he ducks under the ropes and returns. And I'll make one final roll here. Fine. Okay. The goblins inside do not draw steel on you. They do not seem to have recognized you.
Okay.
Glade
I
looks to the
think
group.
We will leave.
That's
Yeah,
what we'll
yeah.
do then. And we leave.
And you
Mhm.
Sure
depart,
Oof.
returning back to the forest.
Glade is smiling, but she's like, I can't believe diplomacy worked. That is, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, I was not looking forward to having to fight so many goblins.
I believe our villain is Kefri.
By the sounds of it, we should
Yeah.
explain what happened to Ginga and to...
Yes. And I believe, and I assume that this is sort of occurring as those characters have been filled in. We wouldn't
Yeah, yeah.
hide any
Yeah, yeah.
knowledge
Yeah.
from them.
Ginga and Kalantha
Yeah,
get kind of
yeah.
caught up.
Yeah. I believe that the promise Keta made was in good faith, but it was betrayed by Kefri. As Kefri doesn't care for the likelihood of his kingdom and has already succumbed to its death, he is actively doing anything he can to oppose the prince's wishes. He begrudgingly fulfills his duty by sending random adventurers off to find a place where they would need a key that they can't get. I believe that is our true villain.
I think what you're saying is not impossible, but
We don't have to climb a mountain.
to...
Sorry, Prin, you didn't come through super good.
You're good. Continue.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is not impossible, but it does jump to conclusions. And I think it would be unwise to make that assumption so quickly.
Your faith in nobility makes sense now.
Look, we were...
Was he your brother? Why didn't he recognize? And Glade stops. I will hold my tongue. But you should be honest before it's too late when you can.
Well, we did not come across the key. And our options now are to search for it and brave what that goblin called the Queen's Curse, or Wrath, or Fury, or Madness. Queen's Madness. Or to make our way up the Wyvern's Path, or none of the above.
I believe we're best set speaking with Kefri. I don't look forward to dying to wyverns any more than anyone else. And I think a word with this... I think a word with him will do.
Ginga steps forward. As a member of the Ordo Gallant, the rank of Quester, I have the authority to bring to justice any threats to the Kingdom of Altander, even if it is someone who's supposed to be ruling it.
Oh, that's handy, isn't it?
Well,
Then let's go get more information.
They nod.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It seems
This
like we're
sounds
heading
great,
back.
Tarina. She doesn't have to climb a mountain anymore, possibly. Like, this is...
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're already mostly back down on the ground. You're a couple of switchbacks away from a shortcut down into Altander, down into Castletown, or Cobbledown. So about an hour goes by. It gets to about noon, and the shadows are as small as they're gonna get. And you reach the western wall of Castle Grey, with Cobbledown just within. The western gate that you departed from a day ago stands open. A guard waits kind of boredly outside and acknowledges your presence as you enter. And you find yourselves on the streets of Cobbledown once again. Now with a new ally in tow. So your plan is to meet with Kefri.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How do you plan to go
Or
about this?
Keta.
Or
Or
Keta.
Oh.
Ariani will
I guess that's
actually
there.
Ariani will actually speak up. Perhaps before doing either of those, Calantha, you mentioned the one that is maybe called by name in these parts.
She nods, but then kind of leans in forward. Thou should mind thy tongue. This place is not for such names to be spoken.
Indeed, such is why I did not specify. It may be worth attempting to learn more from that entity before our confrontation with Kefri.
If the rumors doth bear truth, then there is one of that family in the castle. I have seen signs of a being's passing, and I believe it to be the one so named.
I have received its assistance in the past.
Truly.
If we are seeking to entreat with it, I may be a good envoy. It opens some doors for me.
I shall take my leave of you, if thou seekst the castle. I should make myself scarce.
Why?
'Twould introduce complications should Kefri order me to do something that doth conflict with our peace.
But Calantha, you're my knight as well, yes?
Would that such a thing were true, my lady. Alas, I am
you're even using the
sworn
right terms.
to the Order of the Burnished Rose. And so long as my title doth remain in the register, as Knight Commander of the Burnished Rose, as hollow a title as it may be, my loyalty is to Altander first, and to thee second. Though thou hast shown thy heart to be stalwart and true, and these allegations of misdeeds on behalf of Kefri, I cannot so simply throw him to my own judgment.
Glade leans down with her ears flat and laid back, and leans down to be eye level with Calantha. You have seen me. You wish for what is best for Altander, correct?
I do.
If he is someone honest to his word, then I will not persecute him. But if he is, does it not fall to the knights and the heroes of this land to right the wrongs of Altander?
A challenge to the Chamberlain. 'Tis not my right to do so, but I shall travel with thee. And
Glade
we shall
smiles.
let the consequences fall where they shall. My loyalty is to Altander first. And she turns to Ginga, if thy presumption be correct, and Kefri doth be a deceptive villain, then my loyalty doth fall to Prince Keta.
Good job.
It is
Nika nods.
just a theory.
She looks to the statue of Lyria in the central square and kind of like bows her head a little bit. I can call upon the Chamberlain for a meeting. This is within my power. If thou wished, I may summon him.
After we talk with the other.
Of course. But be not ye seen cavorting with Fae.
Of course not.
And with that,
I
she
know
falls
a
in
good
line.
place. Are we all going to go talk with it then? I'm going to lead us into a place that some people are often wary about. I say as I start walking towards the cathedral and then inevitably the catacombs underneath it. I would have put the lock back in a way that it appeared to be locked, but actually wasn't, so that no one would have fixed it.
Okay.
If they were untended for so long, I also don't need to be afraid of intruders. And so before we call on anything, I would lead everyone down to the catacombs beneath the cathedral.
Then
Yeah.
to the catacombs go. Just a moment, please.
Of course.
Rina's happier to go to the catacombs than back like into the cursed shit that gave her nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, sure. I don't even care if they're haunted. Like, let's go.
Oh, they're like so full of ghosts. It's terrible in there.
Really?
Rad. I can't shoot those. It's whatever.
Dang. Go.
Did Ariani actually ask really?
Yeah.
Glade goes, no, there were no ghosts.
Okay. Ariane looks a little bit
You
disappointed.
almost sounded excited.
I've read about them, but I haven't seen one.
Oh. They're quite interesting and mournful.
You find yourselves blinking around the courtyard of Castle Grey, led by Glade past no servants, no guards, a mostly quiet, windswept courtyard overgrown with tall grass and down into a musty old catacomb. A place forgotten, buried. If the Curse of Gloom seeks to drag everything underground, this is part of the kingdom that has already been put there. Statues of Solmus guard this burial site. Glade, you understand to proper observances, how to keep things copacetic.
I fully instruct everyone else to do it too.
And you know that somewhere in this place, presumably, lies the figure that you seek.
It could be called upon here. It has helped me before, and Calantha, you seem to have been able to ascribe things to it in the past. Does anyone else want to try?
Perhaps not me. Ariane seems a little nervous.
So we invoke its name and it shows itself to us? How does this work exactly?
It didn't require its name invoked for me. But that
Just-
seems to be what Calantha has mentioned.
Just, be careful around Faye.
Calantha nods in agreement.
How do I bring it about? What do I have to do?
Well, if you want someone to come, the best thing you can do is ask for them.
Say its name.
Was Gregoria there for that conversation?
That That's a good question. I don't
I don't know
recall.
that I don't know that.
I think
ask
we were all
its
there,
name?
weren't we? Because it was just
Yeah.
when we were talking to Glantha.
I believe so.
Remind me, what is its name? That I might
Cologne.
call for it. Oh, that was in character.
Oh.
Sorry.
Kalon. Uh-oh. Glade says it out loud and then Glade already called.
As you say it out loud, there is the sound of a chime swirling in the wind, and a figure appears next to you.
Oh,
That was such a
Hello?
remind me what it is so I totally don't go there.
In a puff of dried leaves and the smell of old, slightly moldy moss, a figure appears. But somewhere between 8 and 12 inches tall, next to Glade's head, fluttering on glittering wings, casting a softly luminous, kind of autumn-colored light. A figure arrives, and she kind of buzzes like a dragonfly into Glade's face and then darts back. Oh, I know you.
oh, you've
You're
helped
the
me.
one from the dead yard.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I was trying to lock you in.
What a terrible thing to do.
No. It's where you go.
Ah, that is true. I do go there.
And you, and she flutters over to Ginga. And you, and she flutters to Gregorio, etc., etc., etc. And you.
Ariani
Not
is
you.
No, I don't think
keeping
so.
a very wide berth from this Fae.
She pauses
Ginga
in front of
absolutely
Calantha.
has one hand on their sword.
Not you, though. And she sort of drifts away from Calantha. Calantha's like, why ever not me? You're different. And Calantha scowls. You said my name. That's my only one.
I apologize. We merely wished to ask you questions.
Questions, so needy. Sometimes you get answers through work.
I'm quite the hard worker.
Well, good. Good, because the brambles have taken this place. It's not yours anymore. Indeed, as she says this, you can feel it kind of in the air, a prickle, a tingle, a hostility. You suddenly feel as if you don't belong here and are unwelcome.
Indeed. The brambles have taken this place. I don't belong here. Is it wrong not to want to know why?
The Queen's gladness has been replaced with sadness.
What a terrible thing.
Terrible, horrible, awful. Detestable, despicable, deplorable.
What can be done?
Return what was stolen. Simply a betrayal must be met by making things right. Returning what was stolen is all that can be done.
What was stolen?
Blood. The Queen's blood.
And you will take that blood from these people until it is enough.
No, only one. I take nothing but care. All I take is care. You have taken blood, but not given blood. You've all taken blood, but only one has given it.
Well, we will seek to right the wrongs that we have. Who took the blood?
Fletcher. His name was Fletcher.
And he no longer lives.
No. Stricken down. Just like the others.
How senseless. And how cruel.
And cold. Cruelty is hot. Ignorance is cold. This is cold. Why do only you speak? Why are the others silent? Have you stolen their tongue?
It is fear.
Fear? Fear this place, but not me. You have called my name, and so I am yours. You have nothing to fear from me.
Rena doesn't know
Of course.
anything about the Fae besides, like, people are always like, they lie a lot.
Of course
Rena
I
is
trust
keeping her
this.
trap shut.
But tell me, why did you not go to our envoy for help?
I'm afraid I'm not acquainted.
Why didn't you go to
You
customer service?
Are afraid? But you said the others feared.
Gregory
No,
will hold up his hand and be like, "For the record, I'm not afraid. I was just letting this play out. I didn't want to be interrupting
Play!
you."
Oh, I like play! And she bobs up and down.
Make
Glade's
deals
tail
with
wags
fairies.
and she claps.
What was that, Ginga?
I don't make deals with fairies.
Oh, that's very smart. You shouldn't. I also don't.
You said your envoy. Who?
Yes, the envoy of the Fae. The one who walks between worlds. The blessed, the chosen. Oh, but they haven't answered us.
Do you know what they look like? Or do they take
like
many
that.
forms?
They point at Calantha. Very much like
Oh.
that. Calantha is, like, utterly taken aback. She holds up her hand. She's like, I know nothing of this.
Like exactly like that, or just fluffy and cute?
Oh, very much. Although perhaps a little younger and with less blood and less sadness. She sort of
Sadness.
flutters over to Calantha, and Calantha, like, sort of leans back. Calantha looks at you, Glade, like, shaking her head, like shrugging.
How odd.
I mean, I guess when you're younger, you're smaller and have less blood, but I don't like when it's put that way.
Did you say that in character?
I don't know.
Only
thinking
one
about
of you
it,
has
I wasn't
given
prepared
blood.
to answer that question. Probably not.
Only one. Some of you may never, and that is sad. But you come to play. Or you
How?
come to
How
seek.
do we give blood?
She sort of spins around. That's a mortal secret. Mortals know. Kings do. Queens do. Sometimes they give too much. And sometimes their blood is stolen.
You have observed this house for quite some time, haven't you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, very long.
What do you think
Many of the kings
Kefri?
have given blood.
Kefri. What of Kefri?
Kefri has never given blood, nor has Kefri taken blood.
Can I make a knowledge check to see if I would have like heard anything about like weird Fey rituals involving blood?
Yeah, go for
or
it.
Offerings.
Go for it.
I would like to do that too, honestly. Rena does study some stuff.
Ginga, there's all kinds of stories about bloodletting, dancing beneath the moonlight, or parties like Fey revels. There is a place called the Revel within PAX where anything goes. It's like one giant anarchy.
You
Rena,
also make this.
Rena and Glade with an 11, you start to get the sensation that maybe she doesn't literally mean blood. Maybe she's talking about lineage.
Ah.
Hmm.
Yes, the queen's blood was stolen away. mad with grief. Her grief poisons the well and the air and the wayfare, the web itself. And until her blood is returned, it will stay poisoned. And the gloom will take everything, until all blood is dirt.
Gregory is just going to hold his hand up and say, sorry, did you say an air?
Yes, the air, and then the earth, and then the earth, and all will turn to dirt.
Makes sense to me.
Oh, air! Oh, air means two things to you. And the door to the
Yes.
crypt slams. You should talk to him! And then, with that, Kalon flutters out between the bars of the grate leading down to the mausoleum, leaving you in probably a haunted dungeon, surrounded by danger, and only one way out, Glade, on the far side.
Well,
And sorry, you go.
I think we might be in a bad situation.
Sure seems
And-
that way, doesn't it?
That's where we're gonna wrap it for today.
Thank you, everyone, for watching episode 3 of Expanse Enduring, Heartbroken, Branches and Butterflies. I hope you had a wonderful time. You may be watching these episodes on YouTube, and if you are, these are streamed live on Twitch. Or if you're watching on Twitch right now, all of the VODs will be going up on YouTube. This one will be going up on YouTube probably in a few days. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.